Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Welcome on this scorching late June day to the Nova Cup. Joining me on the cast today, it is none other than Seto Kaiba. Hello. Very happy to have you with me today. How are you, sir?
Same, good. I'm great. Thankfully, I've got American Central Air.
My God.
Yeah, we learned nice and early that we don't like to be uncomfortable. So,
You've got
yeah,
that freedom air going on.
sure to
Uh,
smell like money.
Unfortunately, my air is very much it is not conditioned in the slightest. So I am sat here 30 something degrees. I don't know what that is in freedom units, but it's a lot.
Yeah, you
In
guys
front of the
hit
Novacast.
104 yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah, my God, it's warm. So hopefully all the viewers at home are very grateful for the endless sacrifices I make in pursuit of my art here, casting from the very pits of hell. It feels like. So hopefully the games will make up for that. But Seto, we've got some pretty exciting games actually planned today. The first series I'm very excited about. So the first series will be Wicked Wings facing off against Team Spont. Now, team names aside, what I'm really excited about is one of the players on one of these teams, because our friend Shadow has renamed to Shababa Wings, which gives me and yourself quite an entertaining challenge to pronounce that name throughout the series. So I think that I, for one, am ready for that challenge. How about you, Seto?
I practiced a little bit in the mirror, and then I started doing voices by
I
accident, and I
wouldn't do that in
realized
front of the mirror. I think if you say Shababa Wings in front of the mirror 3 or 4 times in a row, he actually comes out and he's going to get you, man. I would be careful with that stuff.
well, thankfully I didn't pronounce it right. So, like, surely I have the Beetlejuice contract, right?
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So between these two teams, we have Shadow and Atrocity. Again, two very, very high skill players. We haven't seen them play together before, though, right? So this is an exciting pairing to get these guys together. What do you think about that one? How do you think they're going to play off each other? Do you think it's a good pairing? Any strengths? Any weaknesses you can see?
Well, yes. Thankfully, Atrocity has a really flexible kind of play style. He does play well, picking up new things quickly. Of course, he likes to be the Excel spreadsheet gamer where he knows everything, but I will say he adapts quite easily. The weakness, though, is a little bit in that inflexibility. I know that there are times when Shadow is swings, and Atrocity also has swings. So I did see earlier this week one of his stream titles said something along the lines of, how to play or something along. So
Yeah.
he's been going through it a little bit here, Atrocity. I think if he's not feeling it and he's just not quite in that groove, that'll be the weakness.
Yeah, fair enough. Sorry, I'm dealing with. Apparently, my camera is just dead. I don't know if it's also suffering from the heat as much as I am, perhaps.
It's the desert mirage waves, you know.
Yeah.
It's really what that
It's
is.
just maybe it's melting. That would make two of us, to be honest.
Interestingly, though, for Spawn, I think we have a little bit of a fake poll thing going on here. We have the improper pairing. So I don't know where Fine's normal teammate is, but I think he's got a very good backup with Stanley by his side.
Oh
So
yeah, of course. So a bit of a substitution on that side as well. So two teams that we've seen the players individually a lot in Nova Cup, of course, but I don't
for
think we've
sure.
ever seen either of these two teams play with these members, right? These specific members. So kind of mixing things up a bit for this month. Let's see how the pairings go. And I guess that kind of levels the playing field, right? Because when we talk about players who are very good in their own right, but haven't necessarily had a chance to form that team bond. This time around, when both teams are playing on that same level footing, it really is just going to come down to individual player quality, right? And I also think these are the two bang in the middle seeds of Nova Cup, so it should be a really even matchup as well. So I think it's going to be a fun one to watch. But I mean, who cares about the result as long as we get to say Shababa Wing, Shababa Wing, Shababa Wing over and over again. He's coming. Yeah.
Yeah, the old Shabab. I can't wait to see if we take off today. It looks like all of our players, actually looking at their graphs, have had some wild swings this season. So I'm very excited to see I would like to overlay them with some kind of random statistic to see if there's any kind of correlation we can make.
Yeah. But whatever happens, I think it's going to be a fun one. So as long as I manage to survive the length of the Nova Cup today, which honestly is a concern. Inside baseball, this is the first time I've worn a t-shirt all week. I was saying to Seto here before the cast, I'd considered doing topless Nova stream, but I don't have my paddling pool here in the room with me. And I think Twitch have rules about things like that. Like you need to be in the paddling pool, don't you, if you want to get a bit of skin on Twitch. So having to play by the rules, and I hope you hope you guys appreciate the sacrifice I am making by putting clothing on in what is literally the hottest the hottest week that we've ever had here in England. But anyway, complaints aside, I think we should have a lobby available, Seto. Let's see if we can find that bad boy. We do. It is Shababa Wings game, so really helping to draw my eye to that one.
The old Shababa Wings is going to keep us on track because, I mean, you being distracted by the heat, me being old, yeah, we need something to just kind of keep us focused.
Well, I'm hot and old, so so what am I going to do, man? Oh, hey, the players are straight into the lobby. That's good. Not to keep us waiting around in this ungodly heat. We're going to get straight in with game number one. It is Wicked Wings versus Team Spont. Let's go.
Let's go. For your sake, I hope we have a 2-0 here. Actually, speaking of that, I mean, these two teams, everyone being on basically even footing with the various disadvantages that they share, I could easily see this, unfortunately, going to 3 games for you.
Yeah, man, don't say that. We've got 3 series to watch. If they all go best of 3, I'm just going to be a little penny puddle in the bottom of this seat. Can we just have some quick 2-0s, please? This is actually the first time I've seen 3 players in the lobby all rocking lane skins. So I guess now the feature's been out for a while, players are starting to collect those things, and they're looking good. Now, I happen to know that Shadow and Atrocity, they're both showing off lane skins of their own creation here. So Shadow with the slime, Atrocity with the shrine, and Stanley over here with a pretty cool, like, 80s style thing on there. But enough about the skins. Let's talk about the openers. What are you thinking here, Seto, in terms of masterminds?
So Shababo is doing a little bit of possible Fiesta open here with his lock-in, and I think that's fine because we like to play mind games a little bit. Atrocity here looking really juicy. That is obviously an insanely sexy build that he's got going on there. Fine and Paki are playing very aggressive masterminds in the Cartel Saboteur. They probably want to win somewhat early, and it's going to be very difficult to do with the Nightmare, as he's as Atrocity is just going to be insanely strong. And both Fine and Paki here just noting that that Shadow open here. Long waves though, which is nice for the Cartel.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, very, very high economy actually on the side of Fine and Stanley. So two of the highest income masterminds in the game. Bit of a lightning storm going on here in Stanley's lane skin. Actually, that's quite interesting, but it is kind of distracting me as well. And
Yeah.
then on the other side, Shababa Wings and Atrocity, kind of the opposite, right? They're not quite on zero income masterminds, but very low income compared to their opponents. So they need to be a little bit careful, because if Team Spont get their way with things here, they may just snowball out of control in the early game.
Yeah, that is very distracting. I hope we don't have to look at Mr. Stanley very much this game, because that is just absolutely horrible. Shababo should hold here. That crab is very strong. That little pierce damage weirdo.
Snails. Oh, didn't get the summon. That was very close. It was right on the brink of the extra crab.
Yeah.
I don't.
Anything to make me out to be a liar.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's the caster's curse, man. He was getting that. He was getting that second crab out, no problem, until you opened your mouth.
My bad, Shababo. Longer waves now for Fine and Mr. Stanley, as the card's health just feeds off of time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Shababo Wings here, gone all the way up to 6 workers. Same with Fine and Stanley, though, but of course he's slightly lower value due to that less aggressive mastermind for the early game. So Spont actually already with a decent lead on the old Julesometer there, up at the top, 56%. I have to think that's entirely down to their extra economy there injected with the mastermind choices. Let's see, we haven't really had any major aggression coming out yet, so which side do you think will be the first to pull the trigger and go for a bit of a power send?
I think Atrocity could think about next, and not knowing what Stanley has. Like, he does have the consort, which he sees, and we know it's pretty strong, but he did save for 60. He could get that brood out. It could be a worthwhile send on 4 here.
You're never brooting a consort on 4, man. That's just -3 all day long, I think.
I don't mind being wrong at all. However, Atrocity... okay, so saving into...
Still saving, okay.
Poda feels bad most of the time. And you could pull out, because you've shown one good unit for the majority of the beginning of the game, unless you're planning on sending 7, but who starts saving on wave 2, right? Surely.
Surely. I mean, he has to send sooner or later, right? Because Stanley's pretty strong, well, very strong on 4, but very strong on 5 as well. So it's starting to feel kind of bad the longer Atrocity saves. And especially with Stanley being on that Saboteur, like, it's really hard to get an early game leak on these really high income masterminds. But we'll see. Stanley's actually saving quite a bit of Mythium himself, by the way. He's matching Atrocity.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we do have a good amount of pressure coming down. We'll hit 100 across the board, but only Atrocity is going to pull the trigger this wave here, finally deciding that he needs to do something to, I guess, get this Butcher out possibly hold next. I mean, crabs are kind of broken early.
Oh, but Team Spont are playing... Actually, I was wondering who was going to be the first to start playing aggressive. Well, Team Spont, it looks like, have already answered that question. Both of them north of 120 Mythium, so representing a real threat here whenever they do decide to send. This Cannoneer into Stanley just relieves any pressure that he had onto his lane already. So now, Wicked Wings, I think they're on the back foot. When will Spont decide to send? Will it be 6, or are they going to try and go a bit longer?
We do always like the moles on 6. We love the mimics on 7. But yeah, we're going to get a bit of a send here, which is kind of crazy that Shadow is the one who's being outstarved here.
Sorry, who?
Sorry, you're correct. Shababo Wings. My apologies.
I just love it.
I will not make that mistake again. Don't you worry.
I'll hold you to that, sir. His name is Shababa Wings, and we will respect that.
I do sometimes miss Dumbo. He was a nice elephant.
He was a pretty cozy elephant. There's a pack leader here on 6. I haven't seen one of those for a while in a high elo game, so let's see how this goes. Shababa Wings, he's got high value here, 635, but so much of it is in kind of bad typing there with the crabs, with the Nekomata. He is doing fairly well, but that will still be a bit of a leak. 49 for Atrocity, 54 for Shababo Wings, and here we have it. First blood coming out here on Wave 6, going the way of Team Spont, and they are going to take one heck of a beating here, Seto.
Yeah, Pack Leader just kind of preventing all of those delayed spawns that Shababo was definitely kind of counting on. However, now we will have the counter Mythium. I could see an 8 send into Fine and Stanley as... You know, even possibly a 9 if we're ever that brave. Never mind.
Shababo Wing's actually shift-clicking a post-income Mimic here. It looks like he's changed his mind now and taken that away. But, I mean, that's got to feel rough, right? Because Wicked Wings, they just lost 3/4 of their King's hit points there to a single leak on Wave 6. Like, this is crazy, man.
It's possible that our... friendly Polish people are also going through a bit of a heat wave and kind of just want to end the game early.
Yeah, I guess so. Shababo Wings actually did go back for that post-income Mimic, but fine. With all of the gold they gained there on Wave 6, he gets out the bunk, so he may yet leak, but it's gonna be tiny.
Yep, it's just a little baby leak.
It's
here.
literally just the Mimic,
gold.
right? Yeah, wow. That is not worth the post-income Mimic send, I'm afraid. 12 gold on the Mimic as well. Like, you know, maybe if that said 50 instead, it could be considered worth. But for 12, things are going from bad to worse here for Wicked Wings, I'm afraid to say it.
Yep. That was kind of everything they built up in this game. So it's just... It's really rough. It is a rough position. We're definitely thinking about game 2 kind of already. I'm not saying that it's GG, but it's damn near. This is a very difficult position to come back from.
Yeah. Looking at the Mythium tallies there for Team Spont as well, it looks like they've scented that blood in the water. They probably just want to go straight for the kill now. They do kind of cover each other's weaknesses a little bit here on the side of Wicked Wings. So obviously Atrocity can be very good Wave 10, Shababo Wings can be pretty good on 11, so I don't know. Let's see. I think Fine and Stanley probably want to try and end the game with one more send now. So let's see where they decide to go.
We're in that range, and it is to their game plan just being the Saboteur and the Cartel. Like, obviously, I think we've gotten a good chunk of value out of our Cartel. In this early game here, just in the slightly high push that we were able to get. However, there was that long save into a real send, so there is going to be that permanent damage to the income of Stanley here for forever. Sorry, Fine.
18% win probability for Wicked Wings. Let's see if they are able to thread that needle. Things are looking dicey. 200 Mythium now for both players on Spont. And the send is not coming here on 9, so Shababo Wings and Atrocity must be feeling the pressure. They have a bit of Mythium stored up themselves, but the work accounts, the income amounts, everything is going the way of Team Spont right now. And of course, that's without saying anything about King HP, where they are way, way ahead.
Right. I mean, thankfully that is the case for them because they do have a Saboteur, so you're only ever getting half that Mythium into the King. Wow.
Okay.
That'll do.
Well, that answers the question of when the send is coming, because we've got some massive sends coming out here on Wave 10. Shababo Wings actually opting to go for an income send. That's very rare to see Shabo going for something like this, but I think he just correctly realizes that Fine, very high value, very good unit quality for the wave as well. Unlikely to leak him enough to make a difference. So just opting for that income, getting a few king upgrades down as well. The question is, will either player be able to hold here? We have the Phoenix on Atrocity, but that Four Eyes, devastating against this play here. Atrocity, I mean, I like the idea there to go for the Phoenix. Could have worked out very nicely if the send was something else, but against the Four Eyes, it crumbles. He's leaking 63%. Shababo Wings, I don't think he's going to be doing too much better. I mean, of course, there's no Four Eyes behind the boss, but still, this is looking lethal to me.
I believe so. Yeah, the full HP Four Eyes is probably going to do it. Shababo Wings, unfortunately, getting the GK there with that catapult placement
Yeah,
just feels infinitely bad.
kind of rude, right? Like, I don't think Stanley even knew about the catapult beforehand. No, he didn't. So he hit that bad boy on 9, but the catapult just, I mean, the GK, sorry, just pretty good in general, and with the addition of the catapult proved to be devastating here for Shababo Wings. He may have been able to hold again with a slightly different send. Similarly for Atrocity, by the way, like, I don't know, the Four Eyes just ended up being perfect there against the Phoenix. But here you have
Yep.
it. I mean, Team Spont, it seems like they have heard my pleas to try and speed up the Nova Cup cast today, because we've had a very, very fast result here in Game 1. A victory on 10, going the way of Fine and Stanley. And again, with their super aggressive masterminds there, the Cartel, the Saboteur, putting Shababa Wings and Atrocity in their place here in Game 1. Stetto, talk to me about Game 2. How are Wicked Wings going to come back into this series?
They're going to come back into the series just by being who they are, essentially. Atrocity is a powerhouse, and Shababa Wings being the brain that he is. I have rarely met someone so intelligent as Shababo, so it is I can't keep doing this. it is highly entertaining watching him play. It is highly entertaining listening to his commentary when he casts, because he's always thinking about things beyond himself. He's thinking about game state and what happens when A happens and how it leads to B, and then he finds little points, and there's decimal points between A and B. I don't know if you know this, but Shababo does.
Shababo knows the decimal places, and Atrocity has them all spreadsheeted, so he can grid reference those decimal places in between black and white. So yeah, they're two very, very analytical gamers. That's for sure. And actually, I mean, look, I'm here for it. These players straight into game number 2. Let's keep the show rolling, because again, I'm dying, man. So let's go game 2.
All right, so I anticipate here we do probably see the Fiesta out of Shababa Wings, because he is one of those Fiesta gods. Oh, I love
I
Shepard.
have to stop you, Seto, because Fine locking in the YOLO, being massively rewarded here with Nightmare Butcher. Now, the Buckler, not a great addition to your Nightmare build on Wave 3, but
Right.
then he has things like the Chieftain and even late game potential there with the Dread Knight as well. So a very high quality YOLO roll there for Fine.
No, that's actually unfair. That's really, really busted. I mean, rolling Nightmare Butcher is good, and then anything that costs 50 gold or less pretty much gets your YOLO rolling.
Yeah.
So Giga rewarded, as you said there. Atrocity trying to figure out his Shepherd placement here. Shepherd being a very, very fun opener, where this little lamb has a lot of value, hidden value. Free split, free tier 1. Like, you can put down pretty much any 100 gold opener and hold with it. So
And they have the moral edge here as well, right, on Wicked Wings, because Shababa Wings has the ruby sheep statue all the way down his lane, so clearly that's going to be buffing his teammates' Shepherd pick here.
True. Kind of insanely big brain.
And Shababa Wings is on the Moneylender as well. Now, I know that that's a mastermind that he likes to play quite a bit. Really not a fan of it myself, but I know that Shababa Wings can work wonders with it. So let's see how he works out here. Stanley kind of faking that Fiesta here. He's actually playing lock-in.
Yep. It's fine. We don't, we get the extra worker out immediately with this opening here. Stanley's going to be feeling okay. Shadow not falling for it anyway. Kind of holding on to that Mythium is pretty insane.
This is definitely a kind of Shababa Wings play, right? To go for the early game starvation tactics. Let's see if he can work wonders with it this time around. And I think it's fair to say in the last game, Seto, It was actually Team Spont, right, that were able to go on the aggressive foot early, and well, that basically won the game for them, right? Like that Wave 6 play was just crushing, and they kind of cruised home to victory after that. So I guess Shababa Wing's angle here is that if he's just aggressive from Wave 1, there's no way that Spont can take the aggressive lead, right? Surely.
There's no way. Yeah.
I mean, that's just simple maths. There's an S on the end to our American friends.
Always has been.
No.
Anyway, I definitely would have preferred the snake here for Stanley. Hopefully he's rethinking it now. But his mate's going to cover pretty much all day anyway. It's very overvalue. Fine there. Just noting the slight weakness of the bucklers that he has.
Mm-hmm. Alright, here's the 80 Sen wandering into Stanley's lane. There is a pretty good response there with the veteran, so super high tank value for Stanley. His only real damage dealer is this one Atom though, but it's proving pretty successful. It's already taken out the entire left-hand side. It's still going to be able to get a few kills on the right as well, and actually, Stanley, despite being 80 value under and receiving a full send, he's barely leaking here, Seto. That's 27%. His teammate's going to be able to cover most of that. There's just going to be a low HP Brute reaching the King. This is not worth for Wicked Wings, right?
To be honest, I'm not usually this kind of early game starver, so is it worth? Probably. It's Shababo. I mean,
Shababo.
He knows what he's doing.
Shabba. No,
but
he hasn't even managed to keep Stanley low workers, right? Like, he stayed on 5 workers despite no send on 1, and now he's on 7 workers here on 4, so it's not like Shababo was able to cripple Stanley's economy, really.
Right. So I think Stanley's still pushing here all the way to 7 is a little bit risky because he's not insane next. He didn't put down the snake. He still needs to ramp the Atom. We are going to go for another leak here as well.
He's actually leaking the no send. That's got a sting if you're Shababa Wings, right? Because you've gone for this big play on wave 3, which, let's face it, could have gone better for him. And then the very next wave, your opponent adds nothing at all and ends up leaking to no send. And you just kick yourself. You're like, man, I could have sent a Robo here and he would have been dead. Or a couple of snails or anything. But he's going for a full send here. Now, what is Stanley's answer this time around?
It's a buckler and another Atom, basically. But I'm wondering, is Stanley kind of mind gaming Shababo? Did he not build because he knows that Shababo is going to go back to starving again, so he knew he didn't need to? What is happening? Is it that Giga Brain, or am I overthinking it?
Oh, he's getting his damage killed. Stanley did not fix his split here. That is an unforced error there from our young man from Poland. Let's see if he's going to end up paying for it. Shababo, by the way, just barely missed out sending another 40. I think he ended on 39 at the end of the wave. But we have leaks all around. 50% on Stanley, 45 on Fine, Atrocity 56. Shababo, though, our one player in the entire lobby holding his send here on wave 5. That's our boy Shababo Wings. He's even going to be able to cover a little bit of Atrocity's leaks. Meanwhile, Team Spont, they are dropping lower and lower on their King's hit points, and this time it's a reversal of Game 1. Seto, you love to see it.
You don't, however. So now I'm back to, and this is where I'm like, am I big braining myself here? Earlier you asked, this is bad for Shababo, isn't it? And then I said no, thankfully, because now I look like the hero. But truth be told, this game is a little bit wild. The tempo is completely off my pace, so
yeah.
I'm struggling to keep up here.
Well, here you have a full resend on wave number 6. It looks like Spont are ready for it though, or at least Fine is. He's plus value with decent units here. I think as long as his chieftain stays alive here against the initial onslaught, he should be absolutely fine. Stanley, however, I think we might be seeing another leak out of him. Yeah,
the Robo on the Pilgrim obviously is the best case scenario.
Pilgrim lives. I think he's fine, unless the Robo can kill it before the next cast. It can't. Okay, that's a hold. Stanley, Yeah, he's leaking 66% as well, so pretty decent there. So kind of clutch that Fine was able to overbuild, was able to hold his own lane, because I think if both of the players had leaked, they might have just died here on 6.
Yeah, that would have been, I think, the nail in the coffin. Thankfully, that Pilgrim being exactly what it was needed, because it was not an even split. I was a bit nervous for it with the double robos, but turns out I'm not the best player in the lobby. Not that I ever thought I was contending. Dang, that Nightmare doing work. Good way for it. Ooh. Shababo going with the Berserker on wave 7.
I don't know about that one. Like, it's not really a good unit for any of the next 3 waves, right?
Right.
I suppose the question is, what else can he build? He doesn't want to just, like, upgrade a Harbinger coming into wave 8?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the exact wrong move there, but yeah, so you kind of limited on options there for certain.
Just while we have probably the first lull in the action of this entire game, Seto, I wanted to point out that I'm actually really appreciating Shadow's lane skin here. The way the kind of slime just molds into the lane. It's nicely done.
I think the skin and skin game has been improving a bit. I want to also note that Atrocity changed his skin. He was Gate last game. Now he's this Grove type icon. Sorry, he was a Shrine, and now he's this Grove type icon here. Yeah, so he's really trying to show up like, hey, here's what I've got. No, but I love the fading that we have on the edges, the way that and Slime being obviously one of my favorite units here. Very excited to see.
It's a great piece of work.
I'm actually a Shadow library owner for lane skins.
Nice. Okay, Seto, but here comes the send, and it's actually looking pretty much even all around. We've got 160 Mythium for nearly everybody. Fine receiving just 20 more there with the additional Brute, but Fine also has the best build, I think, for this wave with the Lifesteal Nightmares. Triple Brute actually is going to be enough to get him, though. He's on nearly 1,000 value, and he's leaking 65%. That's insane. Stanley doing well, but he also leaks, and once again, Seto, it's our boy Shababo Wings coming in clutch here with a huge hold on wave 8. This may just be game-winning play here from young Shababo Wings. Meanwhile, Team Spont, I think they're going to survive this, but again, it will be by the skin of their teeth. They're going all the way down to 10% HP, it looks like. Yes. Wow.
Yeah. Shababo is absolutely doing the right things here. We prevented the GK, or not GK send, but Mole send into him with the placement of the Berserker. Gave us infinite time to do good work on that wave last time around, where Pakistan got the he got the full safety Mole in there, and therefore his Deep Coiler was unable to two-shot the wave.
Yeah.
So just really, really solid gameplay from Shababo.
And now Team Spont are both forced to stay relatively low workers in the lobby, right? Because, I mean, they just cannot afford a leak here because they have 12% King HP. Like, it doesn't take much more to kill them at this position. Now, let's see. And by the way, I just want to point out, on Wave 8, that Berserker that I was questioning on Wave 7 from Shababo Wings actually proved super clutch because, like you said, it kind of one-shot that safety mole, which otherwise would have been really difficult for him to deal with.
Yeah. The send into him was obviously going to not be ideal. I think it's very funny that Fine with his broken YOLO build is now having to play very overvalue. And it's funny because that is essentially what is going to lose them in the game at the end of the day. They have to play on value because they can't leak. But now that they're on value, they can't push, or their income will start to fall behind their opponents because they're not as pushed. So it's damned if you do regardless.
They're still not going to be too easy to kill, though, I think. Like, if we look at the Legion spells, there are only defensive options. So you have Sacrifice, Hero, and Guardian Angel, which are 3 very, very powerful Legion spells if you're in a defensive position. And there is not a single aggressive spell to counter those. So something like an all-out assault would kind of make the position very, very good indeed for Wicked Wings. But as it is, they're kind of saving all of their Mythium for what, right? Because if they go for a Mega Send here, and Team Spont just hold because they have... Oh! Income Seto! Oh, never mind. Here's all of my it's a hard position theory out the window because, well, Wicked Wings, they read that absolutely perfectly, I think. They know exactly what's going on here with the Legion spell setup, and they just go for income instead to cement their economic position instead of trying to force something, because that's maybe one way they could lose their lead, right? Is if they go for a power send that Stanley and Fine are able to hold.
Yeah, no, it's a very unfortunate way to kind of shut you up. Like you were doing this great job setting up for, you know, the current game state, and then they just took all the wind out of your sails here. Much like the English weather, no wind to be seen.
Yeah, good one, Seto.
Ah, thank you, thank you. I also want to note that Atrocity now has Brewpot, Halo, Badger, and Millennium. He's got the Giga roll into the end game here with the top
the juice,
20 playing dog. Yep.
Worth pointing out, though, that Brewpot Halo is not quite the menace it has been in previous Nova Cups. I think that thing has been patched a couple of times to make it fairer. So I don't think it's going to be like completely impossible to leak him in the late game like it would have been a couple of months ago.
No, but it's still pretty strong. I also, and the pairing with the Millennium, I think just makes it kind of giga broken, to be honest.
Yeah.
Millennium firing off more shots is unfair.
Yeah. Oh, I was talking about the economic position being rough, but Stanley actually has managed to gain the worker lead here on wave 12 after that income send on 11. And actually their income positions are looking pretty strong as well. Now, of course, Atrocity's on top. He's having an absolute blinder of a game. Shababa Wings is doing a great job enabling his teammate as well. But Stanley and Fine are not as far out of this game as I thought they would be, given the way that early game played out.
He's pushing no send here, Stanley.
Okay.
So he took the only economic spell. He can do with more money. So obviously Hero and Guardian Angel have a monetary value that's kind of hidden. And we sold the snakes earlier to get that economic advantage.
Oh, with a sacrifice? Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, right? Because like a deep coiler's just kind of dead weight on wave 11 and you think you're getting a big send. Now, obviously, it ended up being income only, but still, I like the sacrifice play there.
Actually, Penny, did you know that Little Snake, the Sea Serpent, has a higher win rate by 5%? It is a 56% win rate, almost 57% win rate versus the Deep Coiler, which is sitting at 51 and change. Yeah.
So just don't upgrade it to boost your odds?
Don't upgrade it and you win.
Okay, I'll bear that in mind.
There you go.
I've got to think with the way that Pakistan was pushing here to no send, that they want to go for a 14 send, and yes, here it comes. We have Ghost Knight coming out from Pakistan into Atrocity, who does show the Millennium here, so a good send option already. Shababa Wings and Atrocity, they're going for a send of their own. Now, the Mythium amounts are actually going to end up being fairly even. Pakistan, I think, given the fact that he pushed no send, doesn't have the best units here. He's kind of looking a bit doomed, although I don't really like the Ogre send into him, if I'm honest. However, this is the real problem. Fine's lane is really good. He has that full lifesteal doppel hero aura going on. The one thing he's lacking is some arcane tank value to keep his things alive. So let's see if that lets him down, because I think everything now comes down to Fine's lane. So let's keep eyes here. 460 Mythium walks into his lane. Is he going to be able to hold or not? I think Pakistan leaking is an absolute given. So let's just focus on Fine here.
Yep. So interestingly, not a 4-eye send, because we have that really buffed up Dread Knight as well. So he was able to cover his weakness very well. He does lose the Dread Knight.
It is a hold, right? So Yeah, wow, okay. I mean, at least his main Dread Knight body does go down, because otherwise that would have been absolutely devastating. Atrocity full holds, by the way. Shababo wings leaking very, very small. Atrocity's going to be able to cover that. How about Fine? Is he going to be able to cover his teammates' leak? No, but there's not a huge amount going through to the king. Honestly, I thought Pakistan would do worse than this, given his value. Maybe
Given
that comes
everything
down to
that
the
was
ogres just...
said and set up, yes. And the ogre was, I guess, the answer to the Skybot, and that's the only thing he needed to beat there.
That makes sense.
So,
but like, if your ogre just sits on a phoenix, then you're sad, and and then, you know, I don't know. I don't know what to send instead. Maybe Giga Mimics would have fared better.
kind of, it's just tough sometimes. Like, I could see a world where mole and brutes or all moles would have been fine.
Cheeky resend here.
I'm actually a big fan of this resend.
Okay. Yep. I mean, against Stanley, I mean, I said the same last wave, right? But I think Stanley should be leaking decently here. Fine did value up, so he was kind of preparing for this. But let's see. Stanley's actually doing phenomenally well. His positioning must just be top-notch. He is leaking.
Yeah.
Fine actually doing worse than his teammate, despite having much higher value. Okay.
See,
I think they're dead.
Mechanic that was introduced on the last patch to all of the waves from 15 on. It's called Feast. And unfortunately, Dread Knight is really bad into that.
Okay. I completely forgot Wave 15 had Feast. Yeah.
Yep.
Professional caster, by the way. Okay.
No. Don't worry about it. Your co-caster is co-backing you up.
Well, hey, Seto, guess what? Now we have a victory on board for Shababo Wings, and I think it's fair to say that he was the MVP in this lobby. We had a couple of really clutch holds coming out from that young man on wave 5, on wave 8, on wave... other wave, and some really great plays in the way that he was able to keep Pakistan under control as well. Like, he just gave such an easy game to Atrocity in terms of his scaling potential and all the rest of it, while Pakistan, I mean, he just leaked basically every time that Shababo Wings went for a full send. So really great play there from young Shababo. And that brings our series to a tie. Another relatively fast one, though, this time wave 15. Let's see, because we now have a completely level series on our hands. Which way do you think this one's going to go, Seto, as we go into the deciding game?
I'm a big believer in momentum. And what we saw out of Shababo and Atrocity was, I'm not a moneylender fan. I don't even know when he used it last game because I straight up kind of forgot he had it. But Shababo pulling out what I think is a bad mastermind. I'm trying to use my good language. It's a very bad mastermind in my opinion. Or at least I'm not big brain enough to use it, but I think now we have more tools and better tools for Shababo and Atrocity to come back with.
Yeah, but on the same token though, Seto, Fine was playing YOLO there. And I think that's the kind of play that you do maybe if you're feeling a little bit overconfident, a little bit cocky, because you've just steamrolled game 1, right? And you think, look, this match is easy, man. I can play the YOLO here. No, you can't, Fine. You can't, okay? Because Shababo Wings is going to put you in your place.
So let's also remember, he had a really good YOLO roll. We've seen them... We have seen Fine win with a F-tier YOLO roll on wave 5 before because he's a very good player, right? He had a good roll here. What happened? He just got outplayed by the Shababo.
Yeah. That was great stuff actually coming out from Wicked Wings. They piloted that one very nicely indeed. And honestly, with the way that momentum works in this game, I could easily see the series going the way of Shaba and Atrocity here. But let's find out because the players are straight in with game number 3.
Straight in indeed. We do see the cartel come out from Atrocity here. with the all-out
Ooh,
assault, they could
Shababa Wings
easily get looking
Fiesta
for her.
pickup.
Yeah, Fiesta Cartel is a classic pairing. Absolutely.
And a great position to play it in as well, right? Like, this is the game that you need to win. So let's just go for an old classic. Two masterminds that these players have a lot of experience with. I know Atrocity's been playing Cartel a lot on stream lately, and Shabamba Wings, I think, has played Fiesta more than anyone apart from maybe Doofus.
Yep, I know that there's another sometimes D1 contender. Broly is a big Fiesta enjoyer. But generally speaking, at the top tier of gameplay, you don't see a whole lot of success with Fiesta. I also really like the aggressive spells that we have from Cartel this time around.
Mm-hmm. Oh, a complete reversal, right? I mean, there's still like one defensive option there with the pawn shop, but two very, very strong aggressive spells here with the all-out assault, with the Robo army as well. I think that really favors strong, aggressive early game masterminds like Cartel and Fiesta. Having said that, though, Pakistan has picked up the Kingsguard, which is a very good counter to that kind of gameplay. So let's see.
Yep. Actually, a crazy good point here. Kingsguard being, integral. Even if you don't upgrade the king, it still gets that bonus attack speed and attack damage. So very valuable to have, if you think you're even going to be on the back foot. Cool. Good stuff there from Paki.
Mm-hmm. Now, Shababa Wing's going for the classic non-leaking Fiesta. He always plays it this way, by the way. I know he'll have put a lot of theory into this, but he seems to think it's optimal to go for a Fiesta opener, which is generally stronger on the first couple of waves. And then he never really plays to leak intentionally. It's more like he'll play slightly more aggressively than normal and be absolutely happy if his opponent sends him a brute and he leaks like half the wave, right?
Yeah, no, it's a game theory that I give a lot of new players. If you leak, cool. You get a little bit of bonus for leaking, but if you hold, you find you held with hopefully as little value as possible. Shababo kind of just doing exactly that, and Pipsqueak is just an insane Fiesta unit.
I didn't know Pipsqueak leaked Wave 2 now.
Yes, it leaks Wave 2 in all positions for the last couple patches, for the last about 2 months or so.
I should maybe play this video game from time to time, and then I might know these things.
So I actually just spoke improperly. While it is played an enormous amount, Pipsqueak has a 42% win rate with Fiesta.
Really? Okay. I like that you've got the stats, though. That's great production value. Meanwhile, we have a Robo send here from Shababa Wings into Fine's lane. Fine's looking really strong here on 3, though. He added this Seraphim, which is just an insane unit on wave 3. As if Warpwing wasn't good enough already, this is looking like a hold to me.
Yep, Warpwing is a very cool and fun unit. I think that it is actually interesting. Unfortunately, though, the Polywog being hidden away it's so unfair how good that tier 1 is in the beginning of the game.
Yeah. It's really strong. It's one of my favorite units and has been for years. Like the Seraphim, the fact that you can change it into a melee tank at will, it's just so good. It's basically perfect typing for all 6 of the first waves. Like, the unit is crazy, man.
It is absolutely busted, and it allows you to do a lot of, and as you already partially said, a lot of interesting things to go along with it. Is the melee value is insane for adjusting your split for free.
Alright, now I am starting to worry somewhat, Seto, because as a repeat of the first game, we do see Team Spont as the first team to start saving their Mythium, and that didn't work out too well for Wicked Wings last time we saw this one play out. So let's see, now that the aggressive... Oh, okay, I mean, that certainly helps when Stanley leaks 50% to a DT to prove just how bad you need to be.
It's fine. Like, they're not
No,
really
this
truly
is
planning
fine.
and
This is
sending
fine.
here.
That was
Sorry,
Stanley.
my apologies. Yep.
Okay,
This time you have me.
this time, okay, but there's actually just an income send coming out from Team Spont, so that was not what I was expecting. But what I also was not expecting was a full brute resend here on wave 5 into Team Spont, and it looks like they weren't expecting it either. These are some very low values here for both Fine and Pakistan. Now, they can't really add much more to go with those brutes, but let's see how Spont do here.
Snails are actually kind of broken against the Warp Wing just because it's another target for it to reduce the attack damage of. So this
Right.
could be pretty valuable.
Yeah. And meanwhile, Pakistan, like, all of his melee units are down. Now, the Pipsqueak is getting a lot of damage in, but it does go down here. 50% again, and 58% for Fine. Okay, I mean, I was going to say First Blood, but actually Wicked Wings lost 2% at some point earlier. But this is the first real damage coming in here on the side of Spont. So Wicked Wings once again taking the lead. And remember, this is the last game in the series, Seto, so things are looking up for our boy Shababa Wings.
Absolutely. I think you made the proper read. You said, hey, whoever saves first has been, generally speaking, on the winning end of these trades. However, when you save and then send income, well, that's breaking the mold a little bit. We weren't ready for that kind of gameplay.
Yeah. Atrocity, by the way, he's now showcasing the third of his skins. I guess this is the element one here. It looks like ChatGPT has been really working hard over there for Atrocity.
Yeah, I'm not always the biggest advocate, but he's been for sure working those prompts quite highly.
Do you think he has like a prompt? Oh, okay, never mind. Shababa Wings leaking 67% to no send here is less than ideal when the opponents are saving their Mythium. These are pretty big sends coming out on 7, so probably a shorter wave and a bit more gold would have helped him out to some extent.
Yeah, Atrocity is also saving that Mythium. He did get out the mole there, so we are at least going to see some matching. So it could have been strategic. It could have been planned. Also, that robot, that Skybot, that's not a Skybot yet, is very, very powerful on 7. Unless Shababa decides he doesn't want to send that.
He might just be boosting veterans, which is probably the highest value play you can do on 7.
In this case, absolutely, because he's got brutes coming his way. You don't want to focus your damage into one unit.
Okay, he actually just wants the tank value from the veteran. He's boosting everything else, though. Literally everything else.
Split
aggro there
nice,
for Shababa Wings. He's looking pretty juicy. Alright, how's Atrocity doing meanwhile? These sends are huge, by the way. 200 Mythium went in there for Fine. I take it back. Shababa Wings, it looks like that leak on 6 actually was pretty good for him. And meanwhile, his teammate is just straight up holding the 140 send. Fine leak 72%, but Pakistan, this time around, he did get that banana bunk here on wave 7. Very clutch hold there.
Absolutely. No, that was absolutely the game changer for him there. Unfortunately, Atrocity doesn't have down that Butcher yet for his Nightmare, so he wasn't able to kind of clean up as nicely as he would have possibly liked. But again, the Skybot is just a very good unit on that wave in general.
I still think they're in a decent spot, though. Like,
oh yeah,
I think if Pakistan had leaked there on 7, this game would probably be all but over. But the fact that he was able to hold kind of puts them in a much better position, and things are kind of not quite even. I still think Wicked Wings have a bit of an edge, but it's close.
Absolutely. Shababosity here are kind of playing really well out of their minds a little bit.
I love that, Seto. I love that for you. Shababosity?
Shababosity, exactly. And you can tell because if I go like this, I'm like, oh, look, the power score, all the work is done for me. I just have to say those words that Shababosity are way up there.
I'm trying to think of another way to combine their names, but maybe I should focus on casting instead.
I'll keep no, I'll pick up the pace. But so truthfully here, we have kind of a little bit of an awkward game state because there are ways that usually we expect the game to unfold. Like, I expect, of course, that there should be a butcher on 9 or a head chef because that automatically holds, yada yada, right? But Atrocity doesn't have the goal to do any of that. He doesn't want to have the goal to do any of that. He's playing the game a little bit differently. You don't hide the butcher from anyone. Honestly, you want to put it down early so you can re-roll it pretty much ASAP.
Yeah.
Pocky over here with the tree and the warg directly behind it, it means his tree is not going to tank. So I'm seeing a lot of things that are kind of confusing to me in the way that I usually expect to see the game being played, but actually the bigwig here being boosted is a little bit of a surprise.
Yeah, I guess they're expecting the send. There's a lot of pressure. Like, Shababa Wings and Atrocity have a ton of bricks stockpiled. And here, it looks like a very, very good pro leak here from Shababa Wings. Leaking only a handful of creeps and giving them extra time for what is already a big save for Wicked Wings. I think they should go here on 10, though. If they decide to be even greedier, they may come to regret it, because Team Spont are also looking for a power send here on 10, but here we have it, Seto. We have the power send coming out from Wicked Wings, and Shababa Wings, the wave is just the perfect length for him to get this siege ram out here on wave 10. So fine, how are you going to deal with a siege ram? The answer may very well be, well, you just don't. There's a decent chance they die here.
Those dogs are busted, but unfortunately their main weakness is that siege ram, because they're going to tank it. They're never going to get onto the Granddaddy. The Disciple is a fine unit on 10, but again, you have that pesky siege ram kind of really getting in the way of things here.
Yeah. Okay, well, we do have 2 Berserkers coming out from Pakistan, which are pretty good against everything that's walking into his lane right now. So we might have a pretty good performance from this young man. Although, that non-tanking bunk, you mentioned it already, Seto, and it is absolutely painful for him here on wave 10 for those Berserkers to be dying before his bunk. He may have even held with better positioning, but here we have 85% for Fine, 57 for Pakistan, and this may just be death here, although Kingsguard could keep them in the game.
Yeah, the Shababosity actually have 0 king up, so despite having way less king and stuff going in there, a lot of damage being done, but that's it.
Oh, victory. There you have it, Seto. My god, I mean, that was close. There wasn't much left alive there in the mid, but this is a perfect revenge to close out the series for Shababa Wings and Atrocity, because remember, in Game 1 they were defeated on Wave 10, and here in Game 3 they reverse it and they close the series out with a devastating Wave 10 blow. So super well played there for Shababa Wings and Atrocity, closing the series out in style. They are moving up to the upper bracket. Fine and Pakistan, they are not out of the tournament yet. Remember, they still get to go through that lower bracket, and we may yet see them again in the final match of the day. For now, though, Seto, I think we should have a little bit of a break. But do you have any comments on the series before we go?
This was a very difficult series to cast. It was a lot of fun, but everything that I like to have a plan in my head, and my plan was not anyone else's plan, essentially. So it made things very difficult to cast sometimes. That tree placement from Stanley at the end there was kind of concerning. He had 2 great Berserkers, but they died instantly. These guys, I would like to examine all of their brains. I think it would take me way too long because they're very large, but incredibly entertaining series so far.
The Shabba Brain.
The Shabba Brain.
Yeah,
the Shabba Wrinkles.
That was a really exciting series, and massive props to the players for giving me 2 Wave 10 games. You love to see it. Long may it continue, because I think it's going to about 33 degrees here in my room, and that's before the PC heating up as well. So yeah, I'm melting. Okay, so let's have a quick 10-minute break, give the players a bit of R&R, give me a chance to go and put some ice cubes on my feet, and we will see you right back here for that upper bracket match. So don't go anywhere, guys. Until then, goodbye.
hand off me jewels. Hand off me jewels. jewels.
Hey guys, welcome back, welcome back. Now I have a slight confession to make. In my eagerness to go and dunk my feet in some cold water, I may have forgotten that there are in fact 2 games on either side of a bracket. So what that means is we actually get a little bit of a bonus one here before we go into the upper bracket match. We're going to go and see how Ashton Butcher and Johnny C are getting on in their game against For Fun Player and Smotherchoke. The series is tied 1-1 right now. Who is going to be victorious here as we join Game 3 around Wave 11? Let's go.
So Smotherchoke and Fun Player here already choosing the GA and allowance to go along with their roles. For some reason, we don't entirely know why, Jules is heavily favoring Johnny C and Ashton Butcher. I mean, I guess they are pretty good at this game, but their values look to be probably only suspect due to the AOA on the board.
Now, let's see. Yeah, a round of income coming out here, apart from Ashton, who has added a couple of power mercs into the mix on Wave 11 here. Let's see how the Fun Player copes with this. His build's not looking bad by any means. He's got good tank value there, and Violet's actually really good damage on 11.
Good damage on 11, especially paired with a pack leader.
Although it's looking decent. Yeah, 75% there for Fun Player, so a nice resend there from Mr. Butcher. And everybody else just easily holding their income sends. Decent worker lead as well, by the way. Ashton all the way up on 25, so we're joining this game at quite a spicy position, it looks like.
Actually, so yeah, that's really unfortunate for Fun Player. So they took the allowance, built an extra 100 gold worth of units theoretically, still did not hold, and then the AOA broke him regardless. So very good play here for Ashton.
Yeah, really solid indeed. He's under a slight bit of pressure because Smotherchoke only sent a Fiend on the previous wave, so could be looking at like a wave 13-14 angle, perhaps? In fact, 13's looking kind of juicy, right? Like, Johnny C has nothing. Not only has nothing, but has nothing in his reroll either.
Yeah, he is negative nothing. Deeply unfortunate. Ashton does have, at least he's got the Star Caller, and he's got Infiltrator and Harbinger, and you know he's okay, and his value is good, but generally speaking, not the best 13. Not going to do it, too fast.
They skipped 13. That's crazy to me, Seto. Like, Johnny was minus 400 value here. I guess they just assumed that he's shifting for a Phoenix or a Doomsday or something. But he doesn't have one of those. However, this may actually end up working in their favour because Johnny's adding 2 Life Binders here. And, I mean, they're not terrible on 13, but they're pretty bad on 14.
Yeah, definitely not great. Like, he will be able to get a lot of healing out of those because his tank line is pretty good, but his damage is also decent. I don't know. He'll be mostly okay next, I think.
Yeah, and presumably he just upgrades that Banana Haven, which already has the Guardian Angel spell, so could be in a solid position, actually. But yeah, here comes the send on 14. For Fun Player going with a Siege Ram into Johnny C. That looks like a great send. And it looks like Balkan Lynx are going for a full send of their own. Here we have the Giga Mimic coming out from Ashton Butcher. Let's see if that thing chomps.
Yep, that Mimic is going to do okay. It would be... there's a world where one of these buzzes makes the Mimic get targeted earlier, and then it could be bad or good or whatever. But we have a lot of natural tanks here for Fun Player. His damage is medium okay with the Phoenix, but he also got the double Doppel. So
yeah,
he's
but the value
okay.
is crazy.
Everyone
right?
is okay. What's that?
He's north of 3,000 value here on the wave, so it almost doesn't matter. I think he's got good units, and I think he has good value, so I think he should be okay. But I mean, I've seen surprising leaks already. Johnny C did upgrade that Haven with the Guardian Angel. Let's see how he does. And he's doing really well with the healing as well onto the Haven, but now the tank line goes down.
Still a gun.
guns, doing a ton of damage. Smother Choke leaks 65% meanwhile. Ashton Butcher holds, makes it look easy. For Fun Player, he leaks as well. That one is surprising. Okay, looks like he wasn't quite able to kill the Giga Mimic. But really, Seto, the absolute devastating blow here is the fact that both Johnny C and Ashton Butcher were able to hold Sens here, and that's with Smother Choke saving since before Wave 11, right? Because we saw he only sent a Fiend.
Yep. Yeah, the value that they got on Wave 11 from Ashton into for Fun Player really kind of paid off, because he never really felt like his value didn't look great on 13, but he was still on value. So
Yeah.
Yep, this is going to probably be a little bit of the end here, but we still have a bit more game to play. We do have this 12 stack Sakura with Guardian Angel, so theoretically it should keep getting stacks, even though 15 is a little rough for these. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm just really starting to worry for Smother Choke and for Fun Player, because Ashton is absolutely snowballing over here. He has the highest work account, he has by far the highest income. He's nearly 100 income higher than either players on his opponent's team, and he also has the highest value in the lobby as well. Like, this is the Ashton show, and he's here to close things out. So they're going for a full send here, but Ashton can just be on value when he finishes building. Actually, having said that, his units aren't the greatest here on 16. Like, Haven, not fantastic. These things, not fantastic. Hopping, obviously, pretty much dead value. So we'll have to see. I mean, he's got another 145 gold. He can add, I don't know, a couple of atoms if he wants to.
Yeah, I don't know if he wants to. He could, though. I like Iron Maidens for the pierce damage and the damage reduction that they send out, but at least he doesn't have a whole bunch of trash on his board to feast the wave over.
Yeah. Even if they do leak, there's no way it's going to be lethal.
Right.
But, I mean, they've got some juicy shutdowns on their heads, so could be worth. Let's see. And they're already going for the Wave 17 counter attack here on the side of the Balkan Lynx. Never mind. How could I doubt Ashton Butcher? He's not only holding, he's making it look easy. Johnny C, I mean, he's cleaning up as well over here in lane 1. This game looks donezo. We have a massive counter send coming out now on Wave 17, and Smother Choke and for Fun Player, they've put up a good fight. I don't think they're going to be surviving this one though, Seto.
Yeah, I do think this is likely the nail in the coffin, which is a little unfortunate because, you know, we did kind of come into this one a little late. We could have watched it from the beginning, saw how we got here, but I do think at the end of the day, we do know how the story is going to end. Especially Jules, I think he knows as well. Look at that, 4%. That's pretty low.
Yeah. They're not even sending their Mythium here. I think for Fun and Smother, they know what's up here. They know that things are over. I guess they're just playing to their outs. They're like, if by some miracle we can hold here on 17, maybe we've got a shot later in the game. But the Mythium amounts are too huge. There's 1,000 Mythium here walking into for Fun Player's lane. Is that 4 Giga Mimics? There's just no way. He leaks 93%. Smother Choke, that's not far behind, 84. And here we have it, the Balkan Lynx taking the series 2-1, and they will be going through to that upper bracket match where they're facing off against Shababa Wings and Atrocity. So let's go.
Victory.
All right,
That's
Seto.
a hell of a story. Yeah, Johnny C and Ashton Butcher are... Actually, that's a great introduction for them. They are amazing players. They understand this game. How long have they been playing? Longer than I have. At least I know Ashton Butcher has. Johnny C, I believe, as well. So, like, these are true veterans of the game versus Atrocity, who's relatively new, and Shababo. This is Shababo's first Shabab appearance in Nova.
Yes. The dramatic Shab appearance.
Anyway, as long as I can make that a word, all I need is a vowel. It's over.
The Debaba View. I'm having
Yeah.
way too much fun with this. I may be going slightly insane as my brain melts in the heat.
That's called heat stroke.
Yeah, sounds about right. Let's see. We may yet need to go on another break actually, because it's kind of only fair for Ashton
That's fair.
and Johnny. But I'm going to reach out to them and see if they're ready to play or not.
This could be where their veteran status says, "Nope, we're warmed up, coach. Send me in."
Yeah. Well, Ashton says he's good, so let's see if we can find a lobby. I may have to create it myself and just invite players and see who's ready. All right. Well, we've got at least 3 of the players here, so if Johnny's around, we should be able to go.
Don't forget to set it to tournaments there, Mr. Pennywise. Whoa, what's Fine doing here? One minute is fair.
All right, so it looks like we've got a minute before we get into the next game, which is still pretty high-paced, so that's fantastic. And now we have a new matchup to talk about, Seto. So this time around, it's going to be the Balkan Lynx. That's Ashton Butcher and Johnny C. We've just seen them victorious against Smotherchoke and For Fun Player. And this time around, their opponents are going to be Wicked Wings, of course, Atrocity and Shababo Wings, who we saw victorious in their series against Team Spont. So these are our 2 victors heading off against each other here in the upper bracket match. Between these 2 teams, Seto, which one do you favour and why? Go.
I want to say I am favoring Atrocity and Shababa Wings simply for the fact that they've been playing more recently, and as you found out, there have been a couple changes to the game recently. Like Ashton Butcher and Johnny C, they're no slouches, but are they as up to date on their shots? I mean, their knowledge as they need to be. We're going to essentially find out. Johnny being another one of those Gigabrain players, especially when he picks that Fiesta or one of the other kind of high risk, high reward masterminds. Or high variable masterminds, I guess.
Well, I've got some exciting news for you, Seto, because the players were ready to get straight into the next series. So here we have it. Yeah, we kind of got cut off talking about what to expect because the players were so eager to go. So here we go with Game 1, Balkan Lynx versus Wicked Wings, upper bracket match. Let's go.
My goodness, would you look at that? That is yet another Atrocity skin on the field here.
Oh, the full repertoire of skins there for Atrocity.
He's just going down the cycle. By the way, Shababo Wings has no slouch of their own, has quite a few skins. Again, I'm a library owner of theirs from their first skin, which was, it looks kind of like a cursed piece of Mythium, and it changes when the lane goes up. It's very cool. I think it's only $2, $3. I don't know. Whatever peasant money it is, as I am the great Seto Kaiba.
Beast. Money is no object, right?
That's correct. Actually, insane scaling on Shababosity's side here is they have the Ace Castle. I don't know how this is going to go. Ace is sitting at a perfect 50%. I've actually never seen this before. 5,0,0,0,0%. It's perfectly even. I also haven't played it, so I don't know if it's good or not.
That is just absolute insanity. Talking about scaling, though, Ashton is also playing Ace, and Johnny C is playing Evolution. So we're having a lot of buff units on the board this round. The only thing missing would have been for Shababa Wings to pick Castle, but he decided to go. Sorry, he did pick Castle. For Shababa Wings to go Champion, then we would have had every buffing mastermind in the game, right?
Oh, for sure, for certain. That heat is definitely showing. It's rearing its ugly head on you right now, my friend.
Yeah. I think I'm starting to see a mirage. Like, it's just insane. Okay.
So Ace being the kind of mastermind that you want to get out a strong unit early here would be my assumption. This way it gets
Yeah.
buffed from very early. So I'd like to see Poda or Gun, but I mean, the Archer and Warpwing will do just fine.
I think Warpwing probably uses it very well because of the way
Yeah.
that its like damage reduction ability works. So giving it extra health and extra attack speed just synergizes so nicely with that minus damage onto the enemy wave. Like, it's going to be a very difficult ask to try and leak Atrocity in the early game, I think.
Absolutely. I think Archer is in one of the best places that it's been in the last couple of years as well. So maybe not last couple of years. That might have been a little hyperbolic, but a little bit. So I think it's also a perfectly fine unit. I do like seeing these offensive starts for these kinds of games. Just because, you can build up a tank line whenever.
Wait, does this leak to Snail even with the addition of a mask? Surely not. Oh, no,
Surely
there's no
not.
way, right? Because they actually do literally 0 damage when there's only 2 left. Nice.
Yeah, that damage reduction was actually broken. A normal 8 damage on a whale getting reduced -6.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, kind of clutch, kind of clutch. And meanwhile, by the way, Shababo Wings, there with the castle, has got the Priestess Mask in his role, so a very juicy start indeed. Man, I just wish he was playing Champion, though, because Pota Mask with Champion, that thing slaps.
It's ungodly, yeah. There's a lot of really broken combos in this game, especially kind of as of late, but Pota Mask has been kind of a staple for an actual bunch of years at this point.
Yeah. Oh, I
see that we have
thought
a few
Ashton
new
was
players.
being overly cautious here with the Consort Edition, but he actually just barely holds.
Yeah, the Lizard buff kind of coming in clutch a little bit. That damage that it does.
This thing, it's just not taking damage, Seto. It's literally
Yeah.
unkillable. Sorry, my
All
friend.
right,
What
Shadow
were you
Second.
saying? I kind of cut you off.
No, it's all good. I was going to say I did see that we have some new players in the chat. So one of those early builds that you can study in your career is the Pota Mask. You just go to track.bot in your web browser and go study some Pota Mask games to kind of get an early understanding of the game
Yeah.
and how to use that unit effectively.
Probably one of the harder builds to play, just because you need to know how to like manipulate the wave aggro on different waves and versus different sends. But once you do master it, that is one heck of a combo.
Absolutely. Speaking of combo, Ace and Warpwing broken.
Yeah, clearly. Atrocity's having a really nice game. But talking of nice games, Mr. Butcher, not one to be outshone here. He has the highest work count in the lobby here. Playing pretty risky, honestly, because this unit isn't exactly known for its power on wave 5 and 6. The send is not coming here on 5 either.
Yep. If the Archer were to tank even one more unit than just the King, it would not have enough damage to kill it. But with the Ace buff, and I guess probably the Sea Dragon doing a little bit of extra damage behind it, should be just fine.
I mean, against no send, yeah, but Shababa Wings didn't have a huge amount of Mythium, honestly, so kind of a decent play there. I wonder if they do go for wave 6, though, on the side of Wicked Wings, or is this going to go even further?
Elite Archer is classically bad on wave 6, and he does not have a lot of value, so even a couple of Robos could be the difference maker here for Ashton Butcher's build.
Oh, Atrocity is just making the longest wave in recorded history. I think he's even going to leak a single lizard. He is, my god! That is very dangerous territory. If Atrocity and Shababa Wings decide to go here on 6, Ashton and Johnny are going to be in trouble, and they do.
Absolutely calculated. Dirty gameplay here.
So some fairly sizable sends now for the Balkan Lynx to deal with. We have Imps, we have Brutes, and there's even going to be a Robo edition as well coming out from Atrocity. Johnny C's got decent value, honestly, with a Berserker, with a Hardened Mudman, so he might do okay. Ashton Butcher, though, he's in real trouble here, Seto. I'm scared for this guy.
Yep. Yeah, Elite Archer is not a good unit. The Imps coming in here are going to do great work versus the Warg and the Consort. And it's just going to be more targets for the Elite Archer to spread its damage out around. So this should be a really good send.
He does at
There's
least kill a
nothing
couple
left.
of things. Will he get this in? He won't.
No.
That's 64%. And Johnny, even with the Berserker, he's leaking to 38%. Here we have it, Seto. First Blood, once again going the way of Team Wicked Wings. Can anybody stop these guys?
Honestly, I think that Shabab are doing amazing work here today.
Shabab Atrocity, an absolute demonic pairing, it seems.
Absolutely. No, I'm so thrilled. This is it's almost like a match made in heaven, but I feel like Shabab has been pairing up with a bunch of different people this year, as well as Atrocity, and I think that them finally meeting up with each other is the mix that we were secretly looking for.
Yeah. Traverse City Wings really looking good over here. We have the boosted Hellraiser as well, a very classic way to play this combo. So that gives Shababa Wings the ability to have 11 workers here, and he's actually going for another power resend. This time though, I think Ashton might be ready for him.
Ashton definitely in the better position this time. The APS tanking for the Elite Archers kind of OP. But we are actually melting through both parts of the wave here very quickly.
He's got a really nice damage split here, though.
Yeah, that's fair. Berserker
good,
classically not good on this wave, and the softened Mudman for Johnny C.
Johnny C's got this, though. He knew that there was a risk of a resend, especially with his man being all soft, so decided to add a decent chunk of value and was able to hold as a result, but still not able to cover his teammates' leak, and that is yet another blow to the King of Balkan Links. They're sub 50% now.
Yes, there is a lot of work that could be done for Mudman. I feel like there's a truly missed opportunity for a hardened blue skin.
Yeah.
But the next good send opportunity I think that we have is possibly could have been a 9, and we do have 100 Mythium here for Shababo. Elite Archer, again, just kind of terrible on that wave.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised to see them just going like wave 11, right? This is Shababa Wings and Atrocity we're talking about, so I could easily see them. And again, there's not a fantastic spell for Ashton and Johnny, I think. I mean, Magician's great, but neither of them really have builds for it. And of course, the one in the middle, whatever that one's called, is no good to try and help you hold on wave 11. So their best option is like 80 gold from Smite.
Yeah, that Locky sword chain is not going to help you survive 11 and 12 pretty much in any world.
Yeah.
125 value over for Shababo makes sense. Potomask is obviously very vulnerable on wave 10. So, wow, and plus 160 for Atrocity. What is happening?
Yeah, but they're getting sends here, so I think they can just push and... Oh, they actually did go for income here. I did not see that one coming. I think they were in such a good spot if they just wanted to go longer. But having said that, Johnny and Ashton both on super high value, and now Ashton's gone for the reroll, got that Dread Knight out, so actually ending up with a really good answer for wave 11.
Yeah. Also has the APS, but there will be 2 APSs potentially on his board at some point, which is kind of a lot of APSs.
Yeah.
Oh, no, never mind. He's just going to build the Dread Knight. Never mind. Who am I?
He's a bit of a beast, but he has some very scary late game scaling actually, Ashton Butcher, with that Shadow Dancer, with the Ace, which presumably lands on the Dancer more often than not, and of course with APS MPS combo.
There is truth in that. However, again, post wave 15, Dread Knight is not having the best time right now.
Yeah, true. Feast is a pretty nice combo to summoners, I suppose.
It's unnecessary. It is nice because games have seemingly become decidedly shorter. We're not seeing, I think, a full wave decrease in the last patch.
Okay, that's interesting. Wicked
didn't know
Wing's
it would
still
be
very
so
much in the lead, though, right? Like, if we look at the way that the game is going, Shababa Wings is basically on par with... oh, never mind, he already has the castle injection. I thought that was yet to come, but no, he now, with the castle injection, he's on par with everybody else. But having said that, he also has a decent chunk of Mythium in the bank, whereas Ashton and Johnny, they've already blown their load here on 11.
That they have. I mean, the difference in economy right now for Atrocity and Shababa Wings is literally sending a Cannoneer. So they're sitting on their Cannoneer essentially right now, just trying to keep it from exploding. And doing a fine job, if I do say so myself. Everyone is really high value, though, so I wonder how long you save, like, unless you see the true weak wave, which might be possibly 13, how long you actually sit on this before spending your Mythium.
Mm-hmm.
Those little blue bricks could prevent any kind of dysfunction from happening.
Yeah. I mean, 13's looking very good against Ashton, but Johnny C has good answers. Maybe it would just be 14, right? Because Berserker's very bad on 14, Phoenix obviously very bad on 14, and sure, Ashton has some answers, but again, he doesn't really have tanks there, right? So they could be able to just run them over, especially with enough Mythium.
So 10 stacks of Ace leads to a 27% increase in attack speed for the Void Manta. That's kind of insane.
That's a lot of damage. I mean, look how fast this thing is pumping.
Yep, it also has the APS down on it, so basically these waves are doing little, like, very little damage right now.
Oh, it's literally not. Like,
I'm actually watching that.
It stacks up fast enough. Yeah, yeah. Wow. All right.
That's
so
crazy.
Wave 13
Can't wait
is
to see
not
wave
coming
20.
out. I guess it has to be 14 now.
Yeah, and it's going to be one of those ones where it starts to become kind of game deciding. Because obviously, if the send fails after saving for 4 or 5 waves, it's not good gameplay.
Yeah.
It's not ideal at all.
And Johnny is feeling pressured here on 13, so is forced to go for the Phoenix, which obviously great. Not hardening, yeah, you're right.
Yep, just kind of ensuring that he's going to do okay here. And the Phoenix is a fine enough unit on 14 anyway. Like, it can do...
It can tank off, like, really nicely, right?
Correct.
Okay, but the send does come out. So we'll have to see how the Balkan Links are going to fare against this. And they just income send themselves. Okay, that's very understandable, honestly. They're feeling the pressure. They just want to try and survive. I would imagine some King Ups come out as well. But the sends are pretty big here, Sato. How are you feeling about this?
The sends are pretty big. I think Atrocity is doing a lot of intimidation. He has a lot of APS, MPS value down. His value is not great, but again, he's got that insane Void Manta. So the income send is absolutely correct. If this power send does not work out, and you can see it's 50-50, it's very bad news bears for Shebabosity.
Oh, this could
That's
be
brave.
devastating, though. Yoni C wasn't necessarily expecting the send to come here on 14, didn't get hard, might end up paying the price.
That Fatalizer absolutely melted that ram, though, as it should.
And the Phoenix is, honestly, off-tanking absolutely perfectly here for Johnny C. Ashton Butcher, meanwhile, I mean, he's doing quite well, still a 57% leak, though, and Johnny C, 51 as well. They will survive this, though, Seto.
Decent gold, though, for our Shababs.
Yeah, for
They
sure.
are not unhappy with the way that this went, but probably wishing it went a little bit better. Because I think the push that Ashton and Johnny are going to get is pretty massive.
Yeah.
Unless Atrocity and Shababo just push harder. Also
They
a
have way
possibility.
more workers. When do they want to close this out? Will it be 16? They're pushing really hard.
We did see the Wave 15 resend from them earlier, so, I mean, these guys are not afraid to push an advantage. Yep.
Yeah.
Look at that. Holy.
Shababa Wings on top, he's on fire, leading the power score, having an absolute blinder, and we saw how well he played in the series against Fine and Pakistan earlier on. It seems like Shababa Wings is on an absolute blinder here in the Nova Cup.
Absolutely. Ashton and Johnny are shifting, but I don't know if they're shifting for.
Yeah. I guess they're trying to bait out this Wave 16 send, however... Team Wicked Wings may not have needed any baiting. It seems they pushed hard in favour of this 16 send anyway.
They pushed on purpose. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Okay, well, Ashton and Johnny, this was what they're playing for. They were hoping to bait and hold a send here on 16. But now looking at their values, they may just be realising they've made a bit of a boo-boo here, because actually Atrocity and Shababa Wings, they pushed really hard, nearly 40 workers apiece, and they're going to be sending a decent chunk of Mythium here on 16.
Yep, we do have Evolve. It is evolving. We're evolving very good units too, by the way, so...
He's getting hard as well this time.
Yep, good call.
I mean, that makes sense, right? Like, if you're going to bait this end, you should at least harden for the, the wave you baited.
I agree. That tracks.
Phoenix, will it tank as well as it did on 14? It's doing very well so far. The rest of the front line's gone down, though. The Phoenix is soon to follow. Ashton Butcher, meanwhile, his front line is gone. That Trinity Archer pulling out a ton of damage, not enough, leaking 44% there. Johnny C doing exceptionally well, but once again, a small leak from him as well, 28%. However, Seto, I think this bait may just be successful for them because they will survive. And now, for the first time it seems, in the game, Ashton and Johnny have that aggressive lead.
They are not dead, but are they in a position to win?
Well, they're going for a counter-attack here on 17 straight away. So the question is, how will Atrocity and Shababa do here? Because their values aren't looking fantastic. I think they were just straight up hoping to close the game out on 16, of course. They pushed hard for it, and as a result, their values looking a little bit sus here on Wave 17.
Yep, I am trying to find where the rest of the stacks are for Atrocity. I see that there are 13 on Void Manta, but 1 on Azeus, but the rest are just missing, as far as I'm concerned anyway.
They're around, you know. Okay, so it all comes down to this, I think. 600 Mythium for both Atrocity and Shababa Wings. Is either one of them able to hold? If they can, I think that's just a killing blow against the Balkan Links.
POTA surviving, obviously very advantageous. We do have that Millennium going absolutely hog wild on the wave.
Oh, they both leak though, and big shutdowns as well. Yikes. I mean, this could easily even up the game. In fact, do they even survive here? The late game waves are so deadly.
They survive. They have more Mythium.
But it's so much gold for Ashton and Johnny.
Oh my goodness, now we're going to get the send going the other way.
Yeah?
16 send, 17 send, 18 send. I can't take it.
Johnny's
Actually,
full
this is
building
an
for Wave
insane
19.
send.
Like, he's building a ton of golems here on Wave 18, thinking that there's just no way Atrocity and Shabba are going to send on 18, right? Right?
They're both
and actually,
thinking...
Ashton's doing the same.
Yep. Yeah, that's the big brain play right there. This is how you win the game. You send on your opponent's weak waves, even if it costs you the wave prior.
Yeah. Well, let's see, because these are some 700 Mythium sends. Now, this Phoenix, we've seen it do wonders on a couple of prior waves here for Johnny C. How is it doing on 18? Very, very well. Does go down now, though, and the remaining units in Johnny's lane are really quite poor against Wave 18. So those guns just not doing nearly as much damage. He's going to leak decently there for Johnny C. Ashton, though, despite building for 19, Ashton holds comfortably with a massive amount of value left over.
Those Trinity Archers are now topping 15,000 damage. That's insanity.
Wow. And another swing coming out from Ashton and Johnny C with the Wave 19 send.
I can't believe they survived.
I can't believe they survived. Atrocity and Shabba, how are they going to do here, though, Seto? I'm pretty scared for them.
I can't take this. Shababo and Atrocity, my goodness, boys. Of the times that you needed to send when they send, this is one of those times that is makes good send now.
Yes. But having said that, if they do send here, they're very unlikely to win, like with the way that Johnny C was building, and Ashton actually both, right? They both were built for 19. So maybe Atrocity and Shababa are just thinking, I would at least like to see Atrocity spend his gold. Okay, he does. He gets the Haven. But maybe they're just thinking, like, we know we're in trouble, but if we send here on 19, we lose anyway. So let's risk it. If we can somehow hold, then we're in a really winning position afterwards.
These Dire Toads are absolutely
Yeah, they're not messing
melting under
around.
these Void Mantas. That's crazy.
Shababa's doing really kind of worse than I thought there. 58% leak, but Atrocity minus 1,000 value, not just holding, but holding with like over 1,000 value left live in the mid as well. So this is what I was saying, right? Like, they had to take the risk. They did. It looks like it paid off massively, and now they're going for yet another counterplay. That's all. I think we've just seen counterattacks coming one way or the other for the last 5 or 6 waves in a row.
That is quality casting there, sir. From wave 16 all the way to wave 20, we have had one send from each side, each with no counterplay whatsoever.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. This is absolutely... It's so fun.
Yeah, and Johnny as well, by the way. Like, he got hard last wave, so now he's all soft. And this is where he really needs to perform. So, I don't know. Like, he needs a blue pill over here, does our boy from Greece.
I mean, the good news for him is it is evolved softness, meaning they're still semi-hard.
Well, maybe it's going to be enough for him. Let's see. 900 Mythium for both players. Neither of them having what I would call an ideal Wave 20 build. I feel... I mean, I've already said this several times already this game, but there's no way they survive here, Seto. Right?
That's correct. However, Shababo leaking first and Atrocity leaking first.
What?
Do we have a race?
What?
It was an after income stand. It was an
they went
desperation
for
stand.
post-income shamans? Okay.
Oh my god!
No!
Sorry.
I didn't even see them! Seto, I didn't see the shade. I was so focused on the lanes there for Ashton and Johnny. I had no idea that there was ever a race on the cards. But my god, they just snatched that one from the absolute jaws of defeat. Did Johnny C and Ashton Butcher? I feel like that game was by rights won for Atrocity and Shababa Wings, but no, Ashton and Johnny absolutely making the correct call here with the post-income Shaman sends, clutching the game on wave 20. Wow, what an ending.
Truly, I mean, Johnny C may have been soft there, but I feel like I am the true victor, and I could really go for a smoke. My goodness. That was insane. And we still have 2 more... sorry, the script. We still have at least 1 more game of that kind of gameplay to go here. So, wow.
Yeah, that was crazy. And actually, it's not yet possible for me to add ace to my scoreboard. I'm just going to have to say that they've won with Evolution.
We'll surely keep track.
Yeah, we'll keep track, I'm sure. But my god, I mean, that game, what a back and forth. What an absolute insane match there, with the way that we had both teams sending for the kill on literally every wave from 16 through to 20 until one side finally emerged victorious here on 20. That was a crazy match.
Yeah, actually, I got to go look at the graph real quick.
No problem.
Wow. Like, it's a roller coaster. It's still a one-sided roller coaster until that switch, of course, but wow-wee. Look at that. All right. Is there a lobby, do you know?
I have made one.
Johnny's also made one.
Okay, let's join Johnny's then. All right. I think Atrocity and Shababa Wings must be reeling after that one, right? You do not feel good after you lose a game like that was so close, so back and forth. When you finally thought you had the upper hand on 20, only to have it snatched away from you, that's crazy. And we actually see it because Atrocity and Shabba have not yet joined the lobby, so I feel like they're probably kind of running down every possibility, every eventuality in the previous game. Like, how could we have done better? Was there a way for us to win this one? Then surely we could have made one decision slightly differently and come out on top. But no, look, fair play. There's no taking anything away from Johnny and Ashton. They played like absolute demons here. But Shabba and Atrocity, they were in the lead in this game for a very long time, I feel like, but just could not quite seal the deal. And ultimately, that led to a victory here for Ashton and Johnny.
Yep. Truly, I'm watching it back on the live cast, and they're just about to lose again, which I mean, absolutely devastating to watch for a second time. Especially knowing how the game ends this time. But my goodness, that's absolutely insane.
Yeah, wild stuff, man.
So, I mean, I guess ultimately it comes down to the Warp Wings only reducing the attack damage of the Maccabeus by 40, whereas it does 400 damage, because Atrocity will end up leaking among the fastest here. And that really is kind of the unexpected, unintended game side effects, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Well, we have the players in the lobby, so we might be able to get game number 2 on the way pretty soon. Now, Atrocity and Shababa Wings, they have to be feeling bad after the way that one ended. So hopefully they're able to lock in and play cool and bring this series back to a tie.
Yep. So we do have Atrocity joining last, probably running out the last of the 14 billion possibilities of how that last game could have gone. Excited to see what's going to happen. So the first series that we watched, I think Atrocity and Shadow Wings did bounce back from the first series. They bounced back with Cartel Fiesta, if I'm remembering correctly, and it was a very strong game from them. So I think we have very likely to see the same line here. We do that again. We bounce back.
Yeah, I mean, if it's not broke, don't fix it, right?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, the players are ready. We are going into game number 2. So let's see, will Johnny and Ashton be able to cruise their way through to the semi-finals, or will Team Wicked Wings be able to tie up the series and give them a run for their money?
Okay, so this is actually one of my favorite Atrocity skins now, seeing this that's very slick. So we do have the Cartel Fiesta. Good casting, thank you. But we also have the Kingsguard and Saboteur. So we have two decent pairings here from both sides. Kingsguard helping offset some of that that Saboteur sabotaging. Johnny C also with a pretty crazy role here with the Angler Flower. Thanks, Atrocity, for teaching the world that. Shababa Wings here with, I'm not sure what his Fiesta Open would be. I mean, I guess the copter. Yeah. Oh, no? What? Shababa? Do you know things? Are you a knower?
Shababa Wings.
It gets easier to say the more you say it. My goodness, I thought at the beginning of the day I wouldn't be able to do this, but here we are. I'm Shabba Ding Dong all day. We've seen so much Nightmare today, it's ungodly. Oh, that is too many flowers.
That's a lot of flowers, yeah. Now, I'm not sure about the wisdom of opening double flower. Like, the unit's pretty good, in the early game, but it has some very obvious weaknesses. And Shababa and Atrocity are the sort of players who will absolutely make you pay for those weaknesses. However, Ashton was ready for the Fiesta opener here, going with the
Was
snail,
he?
but Shababa Wings holds the snail.
Free 2
Okay.
gold for Shababa.
That's a crazy kind of Fiesta opener that holds a snail, right?
Maybe it leaks no send.
Maybe it makes no sense. Yeah, okay. And Atrocity is another new skin. Has he just got
Yeah,
one
yeah.
for every game that we're going to play today?
The man is on a mission. He's selling not just entertainment, he is also making money on the side here. As I said, I actually like this Divine skin. It's probably my favorite that I've seen today. It's just so different.
Yeah.
And it's not like dark and edgy like pretty much so many other of the skins are.
It's pretty nice, yeah. Shababa Wings does leak the snail on the resend though. 50% is the tune. Johnny C got a post-income robo here from Shababa Wings. It looks like he's going to leak just the robo, which on the surface, he looks calm and ready, right? But in actuality, he stayed 4 workers here to try and hold this end from Shababa Wings and still ends up leaking and having a crazy long wave while on the lowest workers in the lobby. This is actually not very good for Johnny at all.
But fish stacks, and the fishes did get max stacks minus the robos. It's a trade-off.
Mm-hmm.
Atrocity here has the Nightmare Garg. Probably the next best thing you can ask for if you don't get the Butcher. We also do like the Chained Fist. That's pretty nice, but a little bit overbuilt from Atrocity.
Interesting
this.
Fire Archer placement here from Mr. Butcher. That's one that you don't see very often. The
Actually, yeah,
completely
that's the
non-tanking
keynote.
Fire Archer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not ideal, I think. Yeah. Or at least maybe not what I'm used to, that's all.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. Like, you generally want to use the HP of your regenerating unit.
It does regen, doesn't it?
Shababa going for another 50% leak here versus income. So we've gone from non-leaking Fiesta to very, very much leaking Fiesta here from Shababa.
Yep. Hold a wings to Shababa leak.
Alright, more income sends coming out from 3 of our players. Shababa Wings, the only one in the lobby to try and apply some pressure. It looks like he has 60 Mythium, won't be spending it here. Flower Angler can be quite weak on wave 5, right? So we might see a big send coming out there.
Yeah, 5 makes a decent chunk of sense. We definitely want to get in the way of the evolved Kingpin, or the evolved Bounty Hunter into Kingpin. And that's always the difficult mind game. Oh, how unfortunate is that?
Yeah. So Atrocity tried something a little bit cheeky here, knowing that Ashton had that non-tanking Fire Archer, but Sea Serpent just ends up being the perfect addition, and he may yet leak small, but actually Shabba and Atrocity, they both leak small to the income sends as well, so this Robo Send certainly not looking worth there against Mr. Butcher, and yet more King HP is shed here from the side of Wicked Wings.
Yeah, I think the point of the Fire Archer now, I guess, is to not screw up the Sea Serpent. But still, I mean, you could, even if you placed it higher somewhat, it'd be doing damage faster. I don't know what the answer is. It's throwing me off. It's another one of them questions I'll have for the rest of my life.
But here
Big
comes
send
that
here at
pull
Shadow,
send,
though.
right? So Shababa Wings has pulled the trigger. We've got double
Yep.
Brute here coming out into Johnny C's lane. He's very high value.
He's the correct amount of high value though.
Yeah.
So this is typically a strong wave for the Flower and Angler, and typically you would have upgraded that Bounty Hunter. But because of the position that Johnny C found himself in, beautiful Atom.
Yeah, the Atom is doing absolute wonders here for Johnny. Tanked the boss completely, able to kill basically everything. He might leak like 1 Brute. 2.
Of all the unfortunate circumstances, we're okay with that.
Yeah. But more to the point,
Mistake.
like Ashton full held the double robo send as well. I feel
Mhm.
like this game 2 here is actually just going bad to worse for the side of Wicked Wings. Yeah, game 1 was much better for them. In fact, I'm quite sure they were in the lead basically the whole time in game 1, right up until the very end. And here
That's
in game
correct.
2, they're behind. Does that mean they win?
I did check the script, and I had said that there'd be 3 games, so surely that's the case.
Surely.
We have to upgrade one of these bounties next, right? Like there's, unless we're going gun, I guess.
Gun's pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we just farm all of those nice 7 stacks as much as we can.
Oh, and Shabba's leaking half the wave to a dino. I mean, he's Fiesta, so it doesn't hurt as much, but it's not great.
Okay, Shabba is putting on the he's turning the screws a little bit. He's like, all right, cool, you played me very well in wave 5, but surely you're going to greed me somehow next.
Yeah, this gun might just put the final nail in the coffin actually here for Shababo Wings, because Johnny C, while his build was looking a little bit shaky on 7 with the addition of that Vulcan gun, it should be pretty fine, honestly. Shababa won't even be able to add a brute, I don't think. It's going to just have to be a robo. Oh, and Johnny actually changes his mind, sells a couple of things, gets the Kingpin. That's even more unleakable.
He sold a full Atom for that.
Maybe honestly, that's better for Shabo in a way.
Yeah,
because
I mean, we don't farm the stacks. The safety mole is going to do great damage against the Kingpin and good resistance, but we lost 30 gold for that.
Yeah, and like I think the gun would have done kind of fine, honestly. Like he might have leaked a little bit. Like this he holds, but he's also sold his Atom and, like you say, misses out on a few stacks. I suppose the one big bonus for Johnny C here is that now that he's had the send and has a Kingpin, he can just full push.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he was 10 workers, so
yeah,
he would like to get into the game that way. Yeah.
Yeah. This is just a complete reversal of game 1, Seto. Remember, we had Shababa Wings on top of the power score, on fire, and now that table has completely flipped over.
Yeah, turns out Fiesta for Shadow, it's better when he holds Fiesta, I guess.
Yeah. Atrocity's going for a full send here, wave 8 into Ashton Butcher, but he's just pulled that Nightmare out of his pocket, and...
That was a good one, I like that.
And should be doing pretty fine.
Yeah. Shadow's not great on this wave. Even this income send is going to be a little bit painful. This is going to be more than 50% leak, isn't it?
Nightmare's still alive. Shababa, yeah. That's a 61% leak to income. Now, sure, Atrocity did get Ashton, and actually the 25 gold shutdown is pretty clutch. But things are still looking super rough for Team Wicked Wings.
Yeah, fully agree. The bright side, I'm going to call it the bright side, Atrocity is sitting on 18 workers going into this 9, so he's already pushed to that 18. Anyone who wants to get to 18 has to do it after the wave begins, so that is kind of the power of the Nightmare and Green Devil combo. So, all right, we didn't get the Butcher, but we did push incredibly hard.
Yeah. And Ashton is just absolutely flying in this game now. Like, his income is off the charts. It won't be long, I think, before he's literally doubling Shababa Wing's income.
Yep, Shababo as Fiesta being tied with the Flower Angler player feels a little bit bad as far as workers go.
Yeah. Now, the continued income sending at least relieves pressure from the side of Wicked Wings. They do have a decent chunk of Mythium saved up. The thing is, Seto, they need to make something happen with this Mythium. They cannot afford for the next send to be inconsequential.
No, it's you're almost in the territory where you kind of want to just kill them in one shot, and I don't know how you do that at the moment. Johnny C now has both of his kingpins up. He's basically just spiked right now. Oh, he also found a steed for his trouble somewhere along the way. That's kind of fun. Did end up keeping the angler on the reroll. So I guess he's looking to scale. And who knows, maybe Magic Lamp will give him Pawn Shop.
I really hope not. That's just my least favourite thing in the whole game. Like a value farm.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, here comes the send, Seto. It is wave 11. We've got Four Eyes coming out. We've got All Out Assault on the table. We've got Shababa Wings leaking to income to give a long wave with his Fiesta. Now they have to get something done.
Johnny and Ashton do have to hit the Magic Lamp button, unless Johnny wants to go AOA into King Ups. Actually, not a terrible angle, to be honest. Because you do have that King's Guard. But he ends up getting Spread the Wealth, which is very good for him.
I mean, it's good for Ashton.
Exactly.
Johnny basically has no king spell whatsoever, and he's still getting a big send of his own.
That's correct. Well, I mean, at least Ashton should or could hold with the Executioner, upgraded Pilgrim. So he's got options.
Yeah. All right, let's see, Seto. The sends are huge, but they need to be. Atrocity and Shababa Wings absolutely need a leak here out of Johnny and Ashton. So let's see. Double Kingpin on the field for Johnny C. The Ogre doing absolute work here against the split Kingpin. Takes it down. Is life stealing away as well, by the way. The Doppelganger of Ashton does go down under the gaze of the Four Eyes. Johnny C will be leaking 89% over there. Ashton's doing better, but still leaking decently here. Well, they needed to make something happen. I think it's fair to say they have, Seto. This is a big leak here on Wave 11.
Yep, 2 Four Eyes going to the King on Wave 11 is going to feel really good, but don't forget Johnny C is that King's Guard. So they will melt the Four Eyes, they will melt the wave, and while they do go down to 50%, we could go back and reconsider that AOA King Up play that I suggested earlier.
Actually, yeah, right? But having said that, if Ashton didn't get the bonus 100 gold from the random Magic Lamp in to spread the wealth, he could have been leaking really badly as well.
Fair enough. So, Johnny C is just eternally punished for opening these KPs. He's still at lowest workers in the game, despite doing really well last wave. He theoretically did just power spike, but still, he's a little bit scared next.
Yeah. All right.
So,
Ashton's only increasing his lead, by the way. That shutdown bounty on his head has grown from 25 to 50 despite the leak. And now we have Atrocity and Shababa going for another send here on Wave 13. Atrocity leaking no send. Does that give the game away? Will Johnny? Yes. Johnny and Ashton are ready for it. They go for a send of their own here.
Yep, Ashton is absolutely the carry of this game. Shadow here is redeeming himself in the value sort of aspect because, he was tied for a minute there on lowest workers, but right back in the game. Decent value this wave is going to do this double boosted here. Unfortunately, getting sent a GK feels very bad. I think this is all up to Ashton. He decides this game.
Yeah, and actually, Atrocity was just shifting there on Wave 12. So he gets his full Phoenix out here, and actually he's going to do really well now on 13, but he needs to because Shababa Wings basically looks like a full Sui out of this guy. All right, let's see.
The position that he's in basically means that he has to.
We've got big sends here in all 4 waves now. Is anybody going to be able to hold the game or the wave and turn the game on its head? We've got 460 here in Johnny's lane. The Catapult's doing great work. Shababa Wings the first to leak there, 83% of course. And Atrocity is doing fantastic, but it's not enough. He leaks. Johnny does too. Ashton holds by far the longest. The question is, with nearly full King HP, do Shababa and Atrocity ever survive here?
I don't actually know the answer. I think the answer is no, but do the other guys, do they die first? And I guess not with the Kingsguard that they have.
It looks like the Kingsguard side are surviving comfortably.
Yep.
But I think Atrocity and Shababa Wings just barely live here. And it is barely 2% HP there.
All right. That not even close there. Definitely making me a bit nervous for certain.
And Ashton is just absolutely flying here. 100 gold is the bounty on his head. Both sides, though, super low in terms of King HP. So really, despite the economy situation, I think it's fair to say that whichever side leaks next will be losing the game.
Yeah, that's generally how it goes when both kings are this low. I do think that Ashton, again, being the key piece, I think he holds the longest on most of the next coming waves. Like you say, everyone were to leak every time. I think Ashton holds the longest. He is also getting decent value out of his Executioner. Kind of
yeah,
impressed
that's
by that.
true. I mean, Ashton's just getting decent value out of everything, it seems like.
That's fair. That's
His
a really
income's
fair statement.
fantastic. I think Atrocity and Shababa didn't really push at all off of that wave 13, right? But Shababa, he's really falling behind in terms of value. He just cannot keep up with the pressure that Ashton is applying with that super strong economy that Mr. Butcher built up in the early game.
Yeah. I do think that there are angles. I think that if it ever were to come down to a 16 for Atrocity and Shababa, they've got a decent wave there, as in, I think that they'll be able to do quite well. I think that if Shababa can at least clear out the main wave, hopefully Atrocity can finish the rest.
Yeah.
In this coming send, but
Well, here you have
we'll
it.
see.
It looks like
Pretty
all four
spooky.
players are going to go for this wave 16 send. Once again, is anybody able to hold? Now, we see flowers for both Johnny and Ashton, but both of them actually have rolled that thing away. So we're not going to have some miraculous death cap spam pulling out a great hold on 16, but they have very good value instead.
Yep. The
advantage is
value is good. Johnny C is, I think, the worst on this wave, aside from, I guess, Shadow.
Yeah, that's fair. And
it's
this
not really done much to
doppelganger
improve
here
the
from
situation.
Ashton Butcher might just go absolutely insane.
Absolutely. Yeah, there has to be a way. You have to try and kill that thing. And right now the plan is simply to stun it twice.
Meanwhile, Shababa Wings just has absolutely no chance of holding here. He doesn't have the units or the value. Atrocity might do quite well, though, but his Phoenix has kind of run away into no man's land here.
Oh my goodness, that Kraken was on the Green Devil for forever in Ashton Butcher's lane.
Wait a second. The Phoenix?
Hello?
Oh, no, it just pulls 4 eyes. Never mind. I thought we were going to have like an absolute miracle hold there from Atrocity. Shababa Wing's doing much better than I expected, leaking only 61%. However, Ashton holds and Atrocity leaks small. That's going to be enough. We have a 2-0 victory here from Team Balkan Lynx. So Ashton and Johnny, they are guaranteed through to tomorrow's semi-finals. Atrocity and Shababa Wings, they're not out yet though, Seto, because they still have one more chance. We will have the last chance match coming up very soon. Do we know who their opponents are yet or not? Let me check
That's a
that,
great
Seto, while
question.
you give us your thoughts on the series.
I think that game one was obviously very exciting. I do think we fell apart a little bit. I think our players who did get the break could have used a little bit more of a break after the first game there. Shababa and Atrocity not quite ever able to get a real footing in that game. They obviously still played really well, and like we kind of started to see the angle for a rebound, but it just unfortunately, they were too far back by that point, and their angles did close up a little bit, unfortunately.
Nicely put. So I do have the result from the other side of the bracket. It was a 2-0 victory going the way of Fine and Pakistan. So Seto, what that means for us is that the last chance match will be a repeat of the first series of the day. It will be Wicked Wings facing off against Team Spont. This time it's a grudge match. So let's give the players and ourselves a much needed 10-minute break, and we will be right back for that last chance match between Shababa Wings, Atrocity, Fine, and Stanley. Don't go anywhere. Until then, goodbye.
Get your hand off me, Jules. me jewels. Hand off me jewels.
They'll live.
All right, everybody, welcome back. Welcome back. We have one more series for you today for your viewing pleasure. It is the Last Chance match. And Seto, this one looks a little bit familiar. Tell me about it.
Well, you see, we have Shababa Wings and Atrocity going up against Pakistan, RQS, and Fine, which is the Spont Machine versus the Wicked Wings. We saw them at the beginning of the day today.
We certainly did, and that time around it definitely went the way of Wicked Wings. Shababa Wings put the team on his back and cruised home to victory. This time, though, it's a grudge match. Fine and Pakistan, they're coming hot off a victory in the lower bracket match, so they're probably feeling pretty good about themselves. Meanwhile, though, Shababa Wings and Atrocity just had to play a very tough series against Ashton and Johnny C. One game of which I feel like they were robbed. They probably feel that way themselves as well. So maybe feeling not too great about themselves right now. And it always becomes so much harder to lock in and play your best game of Legion when you're feeling the pressure like that. So I'm rooting for those guys. Let's see if they can pull through. They know they can beat this team. They've done it once already today. So will they be able to repeat the performance and earn themselves a spot in the semi-finals, or will Team Spont prove too much for them here in the repeat match? Let's find out. We should have a lobby available.
That we do.
We do. Fantastic.
I think what I'd like to see in this game is Shababa Wings and Atrocity win the first game. Pakistan and Fine did just kind of cruise their way out of the out of the first round of the losers bracket.
Yeah.
So they're feeling okay right now. But what would make Shababa and Atrocity feel really great is winning for the first time today on the first game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're going into it. Let's go.
Yeah, players are not mucking about. Here we go, guys. It's game number 1 of your last chance match. Which team will make it to the semis and which will end their tournament journey here? Let's find out. It's game 1.
Alrighty, so we've already seen the skin Atrocity, just FYI.
Get something original for once, Atrocity. Come on.
Goodness.
Talking about original, Pakistan, that's an
first.
absolute beauty of a skin.
It's fun. I like the fun skins. There's a Chutes and Ladder skin, and I lost my mind at that the other day.
Nice.
It was the best thing I've seen all month in this game. So we are seeing Moneylender, which was Shaba's first turnaround mastermind today. So it's good that they're going to start with that, I think. And Champion's just been strong all year.
I think Champion is especially good here for Atrocity because there's 2 fantastic spells, like Vampire and Hypercarry both are really good on your Champion unit.
Okay, I'm not going to lie. I would lose my mind if he went Champion Egg. It's not great, but it's one of my favorites. It's fun. It's not good, but it's fun.
Sometimes fun but not good is what you want to play, right? I'm not sure if the time to play that is
in Nova Cup.
In Nova Cup, yeah, especially in the last chance match. But
yeah. Uh-oh. We've seen this already today. Ace Warp Wing for Fine here.
Yeah, that thing was a menace, right?
Absolutely God tier busted.
All right,
we are definitely not seeing Egg.
Did go for Nightmare in the end, was Atrocity, so not opting for that Champion Egg for some unknown reason.
Yeah, some unknown. It's truly devastating. Now, earlier I said if you can't have Nightmare Butcher, at least you can have Nightmare Guard, which is probably second best. And I said third best was Oathbreaker. So Atrocity here pulling out, I think, his 4th Nightmare of the day. And this time getting the 3rd best roll with it.
Yeah, pretty good. And still has a reroll available as well. So there is still Butcher potential there.
Still Butcher potential. And thankfully no Butcher in this game for Atrocity and Shababa as that did seem to be a little bit of their kryptonite today.
Oh, there was a post-income snail here from Atrocity into Fine, hoping... Well, I mean, the Warping did go down, but it just causes a very long wave here, with the Angler able to clean up the mess.
Shababo is not too miffed about that. It did allow him to get to this brute, and it will allow him to get to an extra snail on top of it,
Yeah.
which should be pretty okay.
Yeah, Stanley, though, he's got 280 value, so not looking too shabby here, but the send is pretty good.
Yep, the gun will spend a decent amount of time on the snail, and then it's not necessarily great against the rest of the wave, but... Ooh, nice, and the brute does avoid all of the consorts, or buzzes in this case.
Bruce is on the gun now. This should actually be a decent leak here from Pakistan. Yeah, 54%, that's fantastic. Fine will, be, of course, be holding. He only received a snail, so should be able to cover most, if not all of that, actually. He has a lot of value in the mid.
A lot of value is almost an understatement. The Warp Wing will do... oh, good, it's targeting the brute, so it'll clean up everything from here on out.
Yeah, for sure. And the Angler gets full stacks. Fine's pushed, though. He won't be able to upgrade that bad boy.
Yeah, he's decided at this point that he'd like to get involved in the worker game. He does have the value, as we've already mentioned. The Warp Wing will continue. So it's going to do its own scaling with the A spell on it. And a couple of Bony Boys just to shore up the split there. Pretty good play from Fine, in my opinion.
Yeah. I feel like if you don't upgrade your Angler on 4, when do you upgrade it? Because you don't really want to upgrade it on 5 or 6 either.
It's okay to upgrade on 5, but definitely not. Definitely not 6. It's okay to upgrade it on 7 and get that one wave of stacks in. It's already got the full 75, so it's straight value at this point. Whenever it upgrades it to Kingpin.
And the Warp Wing once again.
Yep.
This
absolute
thing with Ace is just such a good combo, it seems.
Yeah, I do anticipate that. The more people who see this, the more people who are going to play it. Not that I see a lot of Ace going on right now.
Shababa Wings. Oh no, I pinged it too slow. He bought the Proton.
Darn. Opportunity lost.
Yeah, I tried, man.
Shivaba's got a little bit of an interesting build going on right now. He's got all damage, which is fine. But he's got this bazooka in the split, which could end up causing him problems going into 7, I think.
Well, we'll see. He's got a decent chunk of Mythium as well, so really trying to apply that pressure here. Pakistan not looking fantastic, wave 6.
Yep, that's going to be a troublesome wave for him at the moment here. Atrocity has the Giga 6 build at the moment. Pocky, yeah. I don't see a way for him to save this right now either. I mean, he can delay with possibly the Slime Mommy, but he's got to find something else after that.
Slime Mummy's pretty good on wave 6, but like basically everything else on his board is bad here.
Yep.
All right, we'll see. I do expect a leak there out of Pakistan, but fine. I mean, he's going to be fine, right?
Oh, surely. He's got everything he needs. The Warp Wing is going to do absolutely insane value here. There's only 6 units really on the board, so it's just going to be debuffing all the units pretty much at the same time. And it's true damage.
I really don't understand the Jawsometer up here, though, because he's saying 65%. The game still feels pretty even to me. What?
The Bounty Hunter value?
I guess, yeah.
Question mark?
That's fantastic, though.
Wow.
I mean, surely Jaws doesn't think it's 65% now. 82% leak there from the safety mole. The Slime Mummy was not even nearly enough.
Kinda. Safety Mole is entering... he's gone through puberty this year. It's just a whole new identity for himself. It's like he skipped straight over the emo phase and went into the weightlifting going for varsity.
Yeah, I think he might have been dabbling in anabolics as well, right?
There could be just a touch of the performance enhancers going on, yeah. Oh, the resend I'm a little sus on.
Jules is still massively in favour of Team Spont, and I just don't understand why, looking at all the numbers. It must be Anglers.
It in part is Anglers, but that doesn't entirely explain this value either, though.
Yeah.
Like we do have the castle, but we don't calculate that pre-10, do we?
It is accounted for in our score, so I guess it probably is in win probability as well. Oh, the Brute resend here. Oh, but the Slime Army reached full mana. I think Pakistan's going to be okay.
Yep. Yeah, we've had a lot of really great resends from Shabo today, but maybe not this one. Actually, looking at Shababo's role, while I said it was awkward his board earlier, I think if he gets to the point where his role pops off with the gates, and the Ocean Templar, I think he could have a pretty crazy late game.
Yeah, no, absolutely he could. The thing is, Shababa Wings kind of rarely plays to be in the carry position, and that role is like, well, it's basically one of the ultimate carry roles, right?
For sure.
Is like Magician, Ocean Templar Gates.
Mhm.
But I just don't feel that that kind of gameplay is Shababa Wings' forte.
I do like this mystery tree coming down. That'll help cover up for his teammate, who's probably going to be leaking pretty big here. Shababo keeps getting sent pack leaders early when he's got these like semi-scaling builds where he wants a little bit of time to ramp, and that's so deeply unfortunate.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Shababa Wings leaking decently there, 63%. It was a big send though, 200 Mythium. Stanley? So he holds the Brute's End and then just leaks half the wave against snails?
Yeah, honestly, 5 snails are pretty deadly. It's the number of snails.
Okay. Just ruins his aggro or what?
Absolutely. No, actually, I think his split is just non-existent, really, on that wave.
Yeah. Well, fair enough. He's also playing quite greedy, right? Very low value.
Mm-hmm.
But Shababa Wing's certainly quite happy with the way that this one turned out, right? Like, sure, he leaked against the 200 Mythium send, but he actually got a bigger leak out of his opponent with just 5 snails, so Shababa very happy with the way that one turned out.
Oh my goodness. This is so okay. If we boost the infiltrator just a little bit for atrocity, he's going to do, I think, insane on this wave. This tree will do giga tanking.
Currently not boosting though.
Give me one boost. You've done the math. You know how this works.
Yeah, this is looking kind of dangerous actually. Shababa Wings doesn't really have any good units for this wave at all. And the Banana Bunk isn't tanking anything there for Atrocity, not even the split. His precious Champion Nightmare going down way too quickly. Atrocity, what have you done? This positioning was atrocious. His Excel spreadsheet must have crashed.
Yeah, I think it's all coming undone a little too soon. So earlier, Jules was predicting 65% when we weren't sure about anything, and now we see this giant leak here, and surely that's where we're going to kind of end up here.
Yeah, I mean, this just feels like a completely unforced error, though, right? Like, Atrocity's placement there, I gotta feel like he would have just fully held if his Banana Bunk had tanked for his squishy melee units.
Mm-hmm. For sure. That's the difference. It's a good tank on 9.
We do have a post-income send here from Shababa. He goes for the mole, and it looks like a bear, so I guess he was really hoping for a siege ram, but just couldn't quite reach it in time. Meanwhile, Atrocity goes for the 4 Eyes and Brute.
Yeah, really good send, that ram. We've seen it earlier on 10. Didn't get there. The bear is going to do something. I'm not entirely sure what, but I think missing that income there, again, a little bit of an unforced error from Shadow there.
He probably thought he would have got a siege ram, and he must have been very close to it, honestly. This is only 20 Mythium short, and that is a decent 67 leak there for Pakistan, but fine.
What?
He's fine.
How? That's so good. That Phoenix must have done some insane off-tanking while the rest of the wave was being tanked and taken care of by...
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And actually, meanwhile, Shababa Wings leaks a pretty healthy boss against the Dino, so things are really starting to look very, very rough. So whereas I was certainly questioning the Jawsometer earlier on in this match, now I think it's very much on point. Like, this game has gone from looking quite even a couple of waves ago to absolute disaster territory for Team Wicked Wings.
Yep. Unfortunately, I really wanted to see Shadow and Atrocity win this game one. It looks like we'll have to put that on the shelf for now. That's probably not going to happen here. However, these guys have been playing, earlier when they fell behind versus Fine and Mr. Stanley, they did quite well. So
Yeah.
we'll see how this pans out. The income sense here from Stanley and Fine, I'm not going to say they're interesting. They're in the lead position. They did just get their castle buff. They have been stacking that ace this whole game. They're still ahead, so this is totally an okay income sent here.
I mean, look at the income seto. Like, Pakistan is very nearly double the income compared to Shababo Wings.
Exactly. All they need to do is survive the next end, and it's over.
Yeah. Now, Atrocity and Shababo Wings are going to try and apply some pressure here. When's their send, though? I mean, I guess it kind of has to be 14. There's no way they can go 13 with Fine and Pakistan both having like hyper carry Phoenix and all of this stuff, plus being overvalue. So they have to try 14.
I mean, I guess, but Stanley holds 14 for years, I think.
Right. And more to the
This
point, if
feels bad.
Pakistan and Fine decided to go for like a full send of their own on 13, I think that could
Right.
be really deadly with how low the values are for both Atrocity and Shababo Wings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, honestly, what Shababo and Atrocity need is to kind of avoid the 14 send. And I don't know how you do that at this point.
Yeah.
All I see is the train coming, and I can't stop it. Oh my god, this is the most beautiful Phoenix I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, that's a bit of a juicer. Ace, hyper carry, double Leviathan buff. What more could you ask for?
That's it. It's over. That we peaked.
That's a very healthy Phoenix indeed. Look at the values here for Atrocity and Shababa. Like, I don't know, what was their angle here? They needed to receive Income King on 13 and not leak to the Drakes? I don't know. Because they just die themselves on 14, right? Surely.
That's correct. Yep. No, it's the 14, as I said. I can see the train coming. Tyrion knows this train all too well, and unfortunately, there ain't no stopping it.
Is it the Pain Train by any chance?
It is the Pain Train making a stop on Knuckle Sandwich Town Road.
Nice. Well, let's see if Shababa Wings is able to do anything to derail that particular train. They're going for a pretty large end of their own, of course, but Team Spont have way more value, like hundreds more value between them, while the send that they're receiving is not that much smaller.
Did Shababa mean to snail?
I don't know. That's actually an interesting one.
I'm going to watch that snail. I've never been more interested in a snail's journey than this very snail right here.
Maybe the gun goes on the siege ram afterwards anyway, because the snail dies so quickly? It does, okay.
Ah.
Shababa is a knower.
Shababa knowing, and I'm watching his lane right now. He's going down very quickly here. He's already down to the summons, just about. Steeds and summons on 14 aren't the most insane value. Atrocity? but Atrocity.
Atrocity with the clutch hold here. Stanley leaks 40%. Fine, though. Has the Mad Lad done it again? Okay, no,
Not
this time he does leak, but barely. This thing might just smurf the entire wave, though. Like, it's a pumped-up Doppel. It's got a lot of buffs.
Yep. OT did a good amount of
Not quite. Not
healing.
quite.
Not quite. Yep.
It honestly was like one creep away from reaching critical mass and being unkillable.
Just so close to thresholding there. I mean, look, that's 150 gold going over to Atrocity and Shipaba wins.
Yeah.
Holy shit! I think I'm tired. But they need to. I think they both needed to Sui and go for the either. Yeah, no, I don't know because 16. They're both. We still have that God Phoenix. 16 is Fine's worst wave though. I don't know.
We have some chatters discussing which martial art Shibaba Wings would be practicing. So I've posited Shab Brazilian Shabajitsu.
Holy mackerel! Well, that's quite the addition.
Thank you. Professional casters, by the way. Yeah, this game is just looking so rough right now. Fine is just in an absolute unassailable position. He's plus 130 value while shifting gold, while having the hyper carry ace, double Leviathan buff Phoenix. Atrocity still has a non-tanking bunk. This time it's serious. He's going to be leaking the boss for fun. Yeah, 58% leak, so that's even more gold going the way of Pakistan, even less gold in the already squeezed coffers of Team Wicked Wings.
Yep. That one is going to feel bad. No one's pulling the trigger, shockingly. I think I'm a little surprised by that. We do at least get the double the shurikens going this time, so at least the bunk will do some tanking. Deeply unfortunate right now, where they're just kind of at.
And the send is not even coming here on 16, so they're kind of all in to desperately try and hold something that isn't coming. 40 less gold for Atrocity, 40 gold that he can sorely afford to miss.
Make it even 50. Oh wow, the tree still's not going to do any, well, I guess minimal tanking. Just minimal. This should trigger the sends though. Yep, here they come. We do get the Kraken out from Fine into Shibaba, which I think is it's probably the best.
I think when the values look like this, you can kind of send whatever you want.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess we don't have to min max. Could we income and still leak here? Very possibly.
Almost certainly, right? Like Shibaba Wings, even when he's fully spent, he's minus 900. Atrocity is in an even worse position, by the way.
Yep.
And on the other side, Pakistan, I mean, he has the Hardened Golem, so just to add insult to injury, that's an almost guaranteed hold for him. And Fine, I mean, yeah, he just has a lot of everything.
His Giga Phoenix, though, did just
Banana
die.
Haven is actually tanking for Atrocity as well, so that's something, but unfortunately, he just has way too little value. That's going to be a big leak for Atrocity. Shibaba Wings, honestly, doing kind of better than I thought, but it will still be a leak from him as well. 40% from Atrocity, that's way better than I expected.
He almost had the Smurf Doppel at the end there.
Yeah.
Once again, just barely missing
Wings.
the threshold. Yep.
And that's game. So there you have it, Seto. Team Spont taking the 1-0 lead here in the last chance match. However, I would remind you that that is a repeat of the way the first series began. Team Spont did take an early lead and ultimately ended up losing the series. So will we have a repeat here in the last chance match? Or will Fine and Pakistan be able to ride their momentum all the way to the semi-finals? What do you think?
I think we are going to see 3 games, and I'm very sorry for you. I'm trying to get you the hell out of here, but what can you do? Atrocity and Shababo this time. When he holds his Mythium, he's going to hold it better. He's going to make different decisions than he made this game, and we will see him hold and carry and do great things. Atrocity, no slouch of his own. It's not like that he can't carry, but it's Shababo time. He's about to Shabab all over his opponents.
He's going to Shababo all over the show.
Right.
I believe, man. I believe. All right. I mean, we definitely saw it in the first series, right? Like, those second 2 games, Shababawings absolutely pulled out all the stops, and I think he was MVP for sure in my mind.
I think anyone who says otherwise is
Charlatan?
wrong. a Shabar Bulletin.
A Shabalalatin. Yeah, I agree. All right. We don't yet have a lobby, so I'm going to take matters into my own hands.
What a guy.
All right. Yeah. So, this one's for all the marbles, Seto. Atrocity and Shababawings, they cannot afford a single mistake here as we go into this next match. The next 2 matches, in fact, because not only do they have to have a flawless game here, they need to repeat it again a second time in a row. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
it's
look,
a tall order.
It is a tall. So that's very fair. And like I keep going back to the point. Oh, we've seen them do it before. However, the first time they did it was really impressive. If they go and do it again, I mean, maybe it's intentional, right?
Maybe,
So
maybe.
I am excited. I just want to see these guys make your day a little worse.
Well, we're about to find out because game number 2 is here. It's a 1-0 lead for Fine and Stanley. Let's see if they can convert it. Let's go.
Here we go. All right, so this is a new skin.
This is a new skin for Atrocity. We haven't seen the mech one yet.
I dig it. I think it's pretty good. Looks a bit like a what's that game? StarCraft spaceship. Anyway, so let's see. This time Atrocity is going to play the ace, and he's going to get the warp wing.
Uh-oh.
And the APS. Wait
It's
a minute.
scripted.
It's the APS warp wing. We've seen this thing. We know how this goes.
I don't think we've seen an ace warp wing lose yet, have we?
No. It's 100% win rate in Nova.
Oh my god. And Shababa wings on the Shababatur. That's a fantastic mastermind pickup.
That's the winning joke of the day. You actually just did it. God dang it. It's over.
I'm just impressed that I managed to say it.
That was so good. Shababatur.
Stanley's also playing Saboteur here in game 2, but we'll have to see whether Saboteur or Shababatur comes out on top.
True. The cartel is actually so. This is the difference. The cartel is going to display make this early game a little bit tougher for Shababa Wings.
Yeah,
I think.
And for Atrocity as well, right? Like, Atrocity's playing a literal zero-income mastermind versus the highest income mastermind in the entire game. So this feels like Fine certainly has the potential to absolutely snowball out of control.
Atrocity didn't go Ace Warp Wing. Is he throwing?
Yeah. Yeah, he is. Yeah. He's instead putting the ace buff onto a Cursed Casket. I mean, 40 HP is great, but it doesn't use attack speed very well at all.
No. Warp Wing, by the way, with Ace is 57% win rate.
Wow. That's kind of broken, no?
That's really high. It's among the highest.
Alright, Shababa Wings just went for the snail here into Stanley, who will of course be holding that very comfortably. He's still staying low workers, though. I thought Stanley might go to 6 here, but Shababa Wings didn't send on 1, so he's still posing a little bit of a threat, I suppose.
Yeah, it's still a lead archer on 3, though.
Oh. Leaking the 1 creep to no send there is fine. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We knew that Pip leaks on 2 now. Actually, so yeah, Fine is extending that wave with the cartel. I think that's like pretty much best possible anything.
Yeah.
Shababa with a lot of rats. A little bit concerned despite having the elite archer on 3.
So it's only income coming out from everybody, but some decent 60 Mythium income sends to that. So we'll see if anybody is able to go for elite here or not. Stanley with the addition of an infiltrator, that's a fantastic unit for wave 3, so he's completely fine. There is a small leak on both Fine and, well, Shababa Wing's not that small actually, 56% against the triple snails there.
Yep, 7 workers for everyone feels pretty okay.
Yeah.
Atrocity here is going into wave 4 with the Curse Cassie Seedling, which is the beginning of where you're like, okay, what's plan B?
Finds like 7 workers, not for me, pushes all the way up to 8. And Stanley as well, actually. So, in fact, Shababa Wings now, the only player in the lobby with 7 workers, starting to look a little bit Shababy.
Yeah, he's damn it. Oh, it's not going to work. I played it through in my head. It's not going to go. We're not doing it. Dang. I hate the Cage of Pain. I kind of hate what Atrocity's doing. He's hurting me. I think it's intentional.
Yeah, I mean, it's an ace Cage of Pain, so it's going to be attacking really quickly for, let me check, 35 damage.
Yep.
Oh. Fine is leaking once again to the income send. Not too bad because he does have 8 workers, but, I mean, what's new? 3 of our players have 8 workers in this lobby.
Yeah. So the elite archers that we have for Shadow and Stanley are entering their weak phase. This is
Atrocity?
maybe he meant to make a, yeah.
I don't know if he's just baiting the casters or what. Like, I feel like he's just lost access to his Excel spreadsheet and he has no idea how to play anymore.
I mean, he didn't take Warp Wing to
Yeah,
start.
right? Undefeated Ace Warp Wing.
Has he not been watching Nova?
Does he not know that it has a 57% win rate?
Thank you. My God, man.
What a fool.
100% on the day. That's pretty good.
Okay, Stanley is leaking to double Dragon Turtle here on wave 5.
Pretty good send.
Oh, but that was in order to achieve a Mimic on 6.
Yep.
Uh-oh. I'm scared for Team Wicked Wings. They both receive Mimics here on wave 6. Yikes.
I mean, thankfully, Shababa has a lot of Mimic food, so the Mimic will be eating for a long time, and a soft mud
Shababa
man.
is adding an Archer here. Oh no. They're, I guess, expecting the send on 7, or maybe they're kind of covering their bases. Shababa's like, I'll build in case they go for 7, you build in case they come here. Let's split the difference, but there's no boost. Ah, there is a last minute boost, okay.
I'm glad that chat can't see me in the camera right now, or at least for like the last 10 minutes or so. Yep. Atrocity's doing atrocious, as we know.
Atrocity 71%
Shabado
lead.
doing...
Does he kill?
That's going to be a lot of damage.
Well, Shababa Wings at least cleared the entire wave, so that's pretty good. But 2 Mimics on the King, wave 6? Isn't this just going to be infinite damage?
It's infinite damage, and don't forget that... So Shadow killed all of the wave minus the mimic, but that mimic had 40 gold in its tummy from all of the rat snacks.
Yikes. Yeah, that's just insult to injury at this point. And Wicked Wings, they're on 40% King HP, wave 6. Where have we seen this before? Oh, that's right, it was the game they lost against Fine and Stanley in the first series.
Yes. Yeah, this is a little bit rough. I think their wave 9 is terrible for Atrocity and Shababa. I think that is the easiest angle I've ever seen in my entire life if I were Fine in Pakistan. So, what do we do? All right, so let's see a world. So, I mean, I guess dogs are fine. Dog and Mudman for Shababa Wings look okay on 9. But this is a little bit of a tough angle for them. If they do make it into the post game, at least then the cartel will begin to have their debuff on Fine. But Fine's income right now is sitting at 121.
Yeah, that's...
He's getting 40 more gold per wave.
That's a lot of income. They may even be leaking here, by the way, on wave 8. Although Atrocity does get the bunk out. Maybe this time he can make it tank? What do you think?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's in a little bit better of a position to tank this time. It looks like he still is thinking about getting an aura on it at some point with possibly the Butcher.
Yeah.
But he's probably going to gate on 9 if... never mind. We're not worried about 9 anymore.
No, wave 8 should be okay. The bunk is tanking for the first time in Atrocity's lane.
The bunk did do the most damage right now, too, so it could get an A-stack on it. That 40 HP and attack speed could be valuable, especially in its off-tanking position.
I would guess now that Wicked Wings want to go for a wave 10 send with, like, siege rams. It is the sort of play they like to go for.
Yep. The siege rams could be absolutely insane. If Pakistan does ever get that sovereign on 10, that's pretty good, but it's still a siege ram.
Team Spont are actually expecting the wave 10 play, by the way, so they're trying to undercut here with a full resend onto wave 9. Atrocity at least should be fine, though, with the Butcher edition. I think he's going to be okay. Shababa Wing's even hardened, so actually they fully expected this play. But even with the harden, I think Shababa should be going for a bit of a Shababa leak.
Yep, it's just the banana bunk again, though. It's not tanking. Please stop this.
Atrocity?
It's about to become a war crime.
Shababa Wing's going for the 50% leak. And he did have 2 rats underground, so maybe kind of happy with the leak here. And actually the bunk is tanking in the mid, so all calculated, I guess, from Atrocity.
So I'm beginning to like what I'm seeing here. I didn't see the rats hunted because of the lane skins. This is the first time it's kind of defeating me.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's going to be an insane amount of Mythium. What is Shababa waiting for here? He's waiting for another ogre?
He's gonna reach it, right? Yeah, he's gonna have just enough Mythium for double ogre. Well, that's a lot to deal with. Stanley, his gold is a little bit awkward here. 322. Oh, he does. He fully commits. He sells both of those shrooms. Gets the full Sovereign here, which is a fantastic unit on wave 10. But 400 Mythium is a lot for him to deal with.
The Slime Mommies don't get to pop with the pack leader into Fine's lane. The Doppel does cover.
Oh, the boss is down. That's just a hold from Fine. My god. 340 Mythium. Fine, just absolutely no problem. Pakistan does leak, but very small. That's crazy. This was a really all-in play here from Team Wicked Wings, and I think it's fair to say that Fine and Pakistan have seen this off pretty comfortably.
Yeah, definitely rewarded here. No damage on the king.
Yeah, and I mean, it all came down to that play, really. Like, I think if Wicked Wings had been able to get a massive leak there out of Team Spont, they might have been in a very good position, actually. but the way that Fine was able to full hold and even cover some of his teammates' leak, that just puts Team Spont in such a strong position right now. It feels like they're miles ahead, Seto.
Fully agree. This is getting to be a little bit tough. The GA on the presumably last being hit doppelganger from Fine is a little bit interesting. I might have put my pip more at risk to try and get that to possibly GA, but depends on, I guess, where we're looking to utilize that.
Well, GA on the doppelganger without lifesteal is not quite the same as one with, I think it's fair to say.
Oh, absolutely. And we know the reroll's gone, so there is no butcher in this game. The Sovereign from Pakistan looks a little bit bad here. This could have been an opening for Shababo.
Yeah.
But
This now kind of feels like Fine and Stanley just get to pick and choose where they want to try and end the game. And if it were me, I'd say wave 14. So let's see how they want to play this one out. They're just so strong. Like, Fine and Stanley are both basically unleakable on 13, and they're also very, very good on 14 as well. So I feel like they are just in a not only like economically where they're obviously ahead, but in terms of like game state as well, and the way that the next waves are going to play out, I feel like they're in such a strong position right now.
no, they are definitely the ones who are kind of holding all the shabarbles. And I like they get to make any decision that they want really at this point.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Atrocity and Shababo are just kind of waiting. They're unfortunately a lot of it stuck even.
Yeah. And like Shabamba Wings has got good unit quality here. You know, Mudman's a great tank. Phoenix obviously is an amazing unit, but he doesn't have any Shababoras to kind of take that build to the next level. So
he does have the Sheba roll.
Yeah, he does. So you could try and pick up something in the reroll there. That's very true. What he doesn't have either, though, is the Shabba Baba value. I think I tripped over my own tongue with that one.
Yep, definitely not having the best value at the moment. He's also got a crap ton of crap rats on his board. We do get the double mimics, though. That could help them increase their value at some point.
Giga Mimics come out, but we have full sends from Fine and Stanley as well. Double ogres apiece. Are either Atrocity or Shababa Wings able to put up any kind of hold here? I don't think so, right? I mean, Atrocity does have a fully juiced ace board here, which is something. But they need a miracle. Shababa, of course, gets his Mudmen nice and hard. But again, the unit quality just... I don't know. I'm really scared for these guys here, and they haven't got any king upgrades, so even a relatively minor leak will just kill them here.
Yep. Real quick shout out to Tepa there. Thanks for the subs. Thank you. Goodness.
Oh, thank you.
Now back to the game. This is dangerous. This gosh darn tree's doing nothing. There's 6 stacks on the Iron Maiden for Atrocity, by the way.
Yeah.
When he could have had a 20 stack Warp Wing.
Yeah, and Shababa Wings leaks 57, Atrocity 71, Stanley leaks 2, but it really just doesn't matter because Team Wicked Wings, it looks like they're pretty dead here on my screen.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is the Shiba Baba feat.
It is. They fought Shabba Baba valiantly.
That they did.
But unfortunately, they were unsuccessful. So Fine and Stanley They have absolutely vindicated themselves here off the back of the first series performance where they were defeated by Shababa Wings and Atrocity. They come back here in this last chance match with a grudge on their shoulders and they are able to perform when it matters. So Team Spont are through to tomorrow's semi-final, whereas Team Wicked Wings, unfortunately, it has been amazing to cast them and I very much enjoyed saying Shababa Wings. I don't know if anyone's picked up on that, but I've had a lot of fun. They won't be in tomorrow's semi-final, so luckily for all of you folks at home, you won't have to put up with me trying to make really bad Shababa Wings based puns again tomorrow. But I'm upset by that.
Yeah, honestly, the way that the day started with Shababa Wings and Atrocity winning the first set, I too am upset that they didn't do it again. So, I mean, thankfully you did get your opportunity to shabab all over the place, because that was that.
Yeah. And on that bombshell, Seto, that is kind of everything that we have time for here. We have concluded our group stage. We know that our two semi-finalists will be the Balkan Lynx, so that's Ashton and Johnny C. They were victorious in the upper bracket match, and their second semi-finalist coming out of this side of the bracket will be Fine and Pakistan. So very, very strong performances all around. I've had an absolute blast watching the games today. I'm getting very hungry though. I'd like to go and get myself a nice shabab. And look, I've had an absolute blast, so thank you very much, Seto, for joining me on the cast. A massive shout out to all the players. It's been really fun to watch. We hope that everybody at home has enjoyed the show as well. But that's everything from me. Seto, any final words of wisdom from yourself?
No, I mean, honestly, I had a hell of a time today. I'm not going to end the day on any kind of Shababo pun or anything like that. I'm going to take this one opportunity to be sincere. Thanks for having me. Thanks for everyone who comes around every month, cheers us on, watches, has a good time, learns, comments, does all those things. By the way, comment. You know, it's good for engagement. Hopefully you guys are going to get your drops. I'm also going to milk the last couple minutes here just to make sure you cook just another minute longer.
Well, thank you very much for that, Seto. I massively appreciate it. So to everybody in the Twitch chat, remember, of course, we will have our finals here tomorrow, so make sure you are back in time for those. But at least for today, that's everything we have on the show for you here. So make sure you're back tomorrow, and until then, shabye-bye.